It's a new year, it's a new semester for Jayhawk hockey. Inside Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk, I'm Ryan Cartman, joined alongside Jack Maurice, bringing you the first game of 2025 for your Jayhawks. It's a new year, new start for the Jayhawks. They've had about a month and a half off, and they're coming in to play the Drury Panthers, coming in from Springfield, Missouri. Drury played last weekend, so they got some more fresh legs. KU, on the other hand, it's been about a month and a half for them since they played. Last time they played is against Nebraska. Swept them in that series. KU on a 5-game winning streak as we speak. Welcome in Jack Maurice here to the broadcast. And Jack, new year 2025 for the Jayhawks, but more specifically, I'm thinking when you have colder legs on the ice, for the Jayhawks, been about a month and a half since they played. I talked to Andy McConnell before the game. He said practice went well this week. But how do you get in that mindset again, like Luke Lamb was talking about? How do you get your legs more fresh when you're going up against a team who was just played about 5 or 6 days ago?
Easy thing you could say to that is just play our game. I'm sure Andy is just hammering that right into everybody's mind of just, come on, guys, like we're already on a good streak here. Let's keep playing our game. Let's keep dominating like we were earlier. But I would say, again, going on this 5-game win streak definitely gives them a lot of hope here that, they can really finish off the season strong. But I wouldn't necessarily say that Drury is on hotter legs either. They're missing a lot of guys tonight, which I think for the Jayhawks, the one thing that they're going to want to do is make them skate. That's going to probably be the biggest strategy for them, is to tire them out, because KU is going to have a lot more guys. It's going to be a lot easier to swap them off than it is for Drury, because Drury is going to have to play a lot more kind of condensed here.
Yep, Drury's bench goes 11 deep tonight. KU's got a few more down on their bench. Drury, we talked about KU entering the game on a 5-game winning streak. Drury's entering this game on a 3-game winning streak. Last weekend, they swept Northern Illinois, beat them 5-2 on Friday, 6-3 on Saturday. 2 3-goal game-winning wins, I should say, for Drury. They're coming in hot, Jack.
Again, I think the Jayhawks, those fresh bodies on the Jayhawks are going to make a world of a difference here. Being able to get those guys off here and get a lot of shots off, start tiring them out quick and early. I think this game, mark my words, by the third period, I feel like Drury is going to start playing a lot chippier here, trying to conserve their energy.
Yep, Drury is a team that will shoot the puck on net. Last weekend against Northern Illinois, 62 shots on goal on Friday, 46 on Saturday. On the power play, 1 for 6 on Friday, 2 for 3 on Saturday. They held Northern Illinois on the penalty kill, held them, I want to say they were 0 for 6 on the power play last Saturday, Northern Illinois. So this is a strong special teams play right here for Drury. And Jack, this season we've seen lots of up and downs for this Jayhawk special teams unit.
Absolutely. I know a couple of games where the power play was just rolling. They were getting goals off like nobody's business. But at the same time, we've seen their power play just kind of struggle on trying to get some shots, trying to get really anything off. But I think being on this 5-game win string provides them with a lot of opportunity, a lot of motivation, I'd say is the right word. Trying to get just really finish off the season. This is really the last home series in front of this crowd until Battle at Blue Hawk, which is going to be coming soon here after our couple of away series that we got back to back there.
Yeah, we can talk about that later in the broadcast. Let's look at Drury right now. They're coming into this game 10-6-1. They're 3-4-1 away from Brightspeed Ice Park. They're 7-0 at home at Brightspeed. So not a great road team as Drury. Again, their last game they played, January 25th, that Saturday, won 6-3 against Northern Illinois University. They're led by Brett Lawson and Jeremy Osgood, their coaches. Let's take a look at their starting lineup for tonight. Starting in goal, Jack, is Garrett Limpert, the junior out of Baldwin, Missouri. Last Friday, 32 for 34 shots saved against shots against. What do you like about him?
First of all, Baldwin, Missouri, represent. I'm all for that, being from Missouri myself, but again, he's been lights out. 9-4-1, 301 GAA, 916 save percentage, and a shutout, going 32-34. He's going to be a hard nut to crack tonight.
We look at the starting defense for the Panthers. It is Zon Werner starting on defense for the Panthers, number 27, the junior out of Springfield. And it's a local kid, actually. Caleb Schmidt's getting to start at right defense for the Panthers. He's a junior. He's from Shawnee. He has 2 goals. He had 2 goals last weekend. 1 came on the power play. What do you like about this D-core?
They can score. I think that it's going to be something that the Jayhawks probably aren't used to as much, is that, okay, you shut down that top forward line, but then you get to go face their defensive line, which at the same time can rocket shots off and get some past you there. So it's going to be important to kind of shut them down.
And then the starting forwards for the Panthers are left winger Richard Bizant, the freshman out of Clearwater, Florida, out of all places. Gannon Stigall, the junior out of Platte Spring, Missouri, is at center. And starting at right wing for the Panthers, Riley O'Connor, the junior out of East Grand Rapids, Michigan. Bizant, 4 points last weekend. O'Connor, 2 points. This top line has been rolling for the Panthers.
Their top lines, like I was saying earlier. Yeah, got some very vocal fans for DU coming up here.
We'll pause for the national anthem. We'll be back with KU's lineups. After national anthem, let's take a look at KU's starting lineup. We'll start in goal for the Jayhawks, sophomore out of St. Paul, Minnesota, Ben Olsen in to start. Last time out, he faced Nebraska in January, 40 for 43 with the first game, 43 for 47. And the Saturday matinee, Ben Olsen, probably Jackman the best goalie this year for the Jayhawks.
Absolutely. I mean, just looking at the stats right now, he's 4-0 on the stat sheet, which obviously you love the wins. 247 GAA and a .939 save percentage. Oh, my goodness. He is on fire tonight. And with him starting in net, I think the Jayhawks can kind of count on him making some timely saves here. I mean, he has just been electric for them.
And take a look at the Jayhawks starting defense. It is Zach Roberts, Robo to go on the left defensive side, the junior out of Orleans, Massachusetts. Blake Hearn, the right defenseman to go for the Jayhawks out of Orchard Park, New York. He had 2 assists last time out for the Jayhawks.
Absolutely. I mean, those two, the top two defensemen, Robo's been shut down this year. He's been amazing per usual. But what I really want to talk about more is that top starting lineup, which having Tyler Nelson, Caleb Dusso, and Nick Wollington, my LinkedIn legend, having all of them on the top line is just awesome. Nelson, Dusso, and Wollington are first, third, and fourth respectively on overall on the Jayhawks for the points. They've just been amazing, especially Tyler Nelson, exactly what we expect from him as the game is starting off here.
We're set for the first puck drop for the Jayhawks in 2025. Getting a shot in there on goal. That was number 23, Gannon Stigall, the centerman for these Panthers, and it's an easy glove save there for Olsen. He'll stop it.
Like you were saying earlier, Ryan, I mean, DU is going to want to get all of these shots off as quickly as possible here. Their face-off's a little weird, but yeah.
Face-off comes to the left of Olsen, won by the Panthers. Shot on there by O'Connor, and it's kicked aside by Olsen. Glove down there, nice job by Warner. Warner winds it around the boards, but the Jayhawks there to get it first. Trying to clear it out was Hearn, but he couldn't, so this puck will wrap around to the corner. It's Roberts now. Roberts plays it up for Wollington. Wollington gets it out. Here comes Tyler Nelson. Nelson along the far boards. Nelson shot up above the crossbar. Wraps around back into neutral ice. This is Bizant now. Bizant tries to drop it back for a teammate, but they're all on neutral ice. There's a line change for the Panthers, and they all go for a line change now. KU now looking to get out of the neutral zone. They're actually going to go back, and it's going to be Ben Olsen here shoving it aside. That is Malcolm Johnson. Johnson playing the puck now, getting pressured by a Panther. Second line out now for the Jayhawks. Boy, has the Jayhawks second line been productive this season. They were really productive last time out against Nebraska. They're looking to keep that production up tonight. Putting pressure on the puck there. That was number 27, Aiden Siddons. Puck now in the corner boards. Fighting up for it there was Gage Robb for the Panthers. puck now on the far boards. That is Feeney with it. Feeney loses control, but Malcolm Johnson there to pick up the loose change. Hearn now will dump it in neutral ice. He has a streaking Brett Siddons. Brett Siddons right down Main Street. Siddons tries to go 5-hole. Nice save there by Garrett Limpert. Puck now playing in front of the net of Limpert. That is Kyle with it. Anson Kyle, the sophomore out of Cochrane, Alberta. Here's a breakaway. Aiden Siddons dangles, shoots, 5-pull, cannot get it in. Garrett Limpert staying solid on the 5-hole.
Exactly what we were talking about before the game starts. Again, Drury starting goaltender Garrett Limpert. Again, 32 for 34. He's got a 9-18. He's been electric. There's no doubt in my mind that he was going to have a similar performance tonight, and he brought it back-to-back on those two great breakaways by the Jayhawks.
Faceoff comes out to the left of Limpert. Both Siddons brothers had a breakaway opportunity against Limpert, and Limpert stopped him 5-hole both times. Garrett Limpert showing off his .916 save percentage. Puck in the far boards now in KU ice. KU chips it out, sends it down to ice. Icing waved off here. Might have tipped a Drury puck on into the way to their zone. Either way, puck gets wrapped around now. Icing not waved off here, and Zach Tadakis going to touch up. Icing against the Panthers is going to come into the zone of Garrett Limpert.
You can already tell by looking at the how Drury is taking their shifts. They're quick, they're calculated with it. They know that they're going to be down people, and they got to conserve their energy here. Watch as whenever they're going in the neutral zone here or going into the Jayhawk zone, they're very calculated with their shifts. They're making sure that everybody is getting their time in, being able to get some rest, getting them some good stops there.
Luke Lamb wins the face-off. Here comes Drury on a breakaway. This is Kangas. Kangas, pass, they score! Drury gets on the board first here in Overland Park. 1-0 Panthers.
Just a classic Chell goal, odd man rush, but not much that Ben Olsen could do there. He could really went for the stretch. His right leg just super extended, trying to get that stop, but not really much he can do there. I wouldn't even place the blame on them. Those odd man rushes are incredibly hard.
Goal there. We talked about Limpert earlier. This is his brother Caleb Limpert scoring that goal. That was his 6th goal of the season. Brady Kangas getting the assist, his 4th of the season. Drury out early tonight, 1-0 lead. 17.5 minutes to go in the first. Zach Roberts with the puck now. He bangs it up the glass, looking for Lang. It's the 4th line for the Jayhawks. Lang finds Gerber. Cross-ice pass, looking for Sam Housenpush. Housenpush couldn't bang it home, though. Loose change by the net, though, picked up by Gerber. This is Gerber. He circles around, trying to dance along the blue line. Is Roberts. He can't keep it in. Jayhawks have to retreat as they dump it in. Behan now with the puck. He shoots it up the ice to Bizant. Bizant dumps it to O'Connor. O'Connor now getting pressured along the boards. Drury keeps possession of it. They'll wrap it around now. Nobody home for the Panthers, so Jayhawks going to get to it first as they try to clear it out. Jayhawks do. Headman pass here, trying to find Matthew Lang, but the skate of Werner got to it first. Big hit there put on Malcolm Johnson, laying the boom down there. Cross-ice pass now for Drury. Finding it is Austin Evans. Lost it for a second, regain control. This is Schmitz. Schmitz wraps around the net. Getting pressured up by a couple Jayhawks. Puck battled for now behind the net of Ben Olsen. Been a lot of offensive zone time tonight for the Panthers in these first 4 minutes. Wrapping around. This is Warner with it. Warner tries to find a Panther, but can't. That puck's going to go out to neutral ice. And the Drury coaching staff isn't too happy with that one. They have to reset here. And a turnover now in neutral ice. Here's Tyler Nelson. Tyler Nelson goes through the legs of a man, and they're going to call Tyler Nelson here. Went up high on Caleb Schmitz. It's a delayed penalty against the Jayhawks as Garrett Limpert looks for an opportunity to come out of his net. But this puck is batted around in his zone. Limpert finally able to come out. It's going to be 6-on-5. Delayed penalty time for the Panthers. See if they can do anything here before the Jayhawks touch up. But they can't. This puck's going to be sent down for an icing. Almost got waved off there. And Tyler Nelson, he's going to get an elbowing call. Went up high there on the defenseman, and that's an easy call 10 times out of 10.
I don't know. That was just a little hard for me for Tyler Nelson. Looked like he was trying to do a little too much by himself there. He had 2 Jayhawks players right behind him to kind of have that extra pass, but he was a little cramped up there. But, again, can't let them have that.
So first power play opportunity of the night goes to the Panthers. Panthers last weekend, 3 for 9 on the power play. Not too bad, 33% overall. Jayhawk penalty kill goes to work first here. It's the first penalty kill unit out for the Hawks. Shot blocked there by KU. That rolls into the Drury defensive zone. They're going to have to go touch up. That is Schmitz with it. Schmitz behind the net of his goalkeeper, Limpert, as they wait for the special teams unit to set. Gannon Stiegel carries it up the far boards. He'll dump it and wrap it around, looking for Warner. Warner lets O'Connor play it. Shot on goal. Rebound opportunity there for Kangas, but he couldn't get a stick on it. It goes behind the net of Olsen. Puck along the near boards now. This is O'Connor. O'Connor for Gangas behind the net. Gangas finds Stagel. Stagel to Schmitz. Schmitz back to O'Connor one more time. O'Connor's shot went wide of the net. Here come the Jayhawks now shorthanded. Zadakis trying to find a headman pass to Jackson Fisher. I think he was a little tired there, so he's going to opt to go to the bench instead. 1 minute remaining on the minor penalty to Malcolm Johnson. Or to Tyler Nelson, excuse me. This is Kyle carrying the puck of ice. He bobs and weaves through a man. Kyle still with the puck on the stick. Kyle's shot elbowed aside there by Olsen. Dangerous rebound opportunity right behind Ben, but luckily no Panther there for him. Here's Jack Gerber. Gerber on the breakaway. Gerber forehand. He scores! Jack Gerber puts the Jayhawks on the board. Short-handed specialty.
What a great shot by Gerber there. You could kind of see, even on the power play, Drury had been kind of playing one of their defensemen kind of a little closer to the middle of the neutral zone, which, I mean, that's what a lot of the Jayhawks' odd man rushes have been off of, was that one person in the neutral zone. Obviously, they're trying to get him back. You know, they're not trying not to skate as much, but it was really their downfall on that one, leading to an easy Gerber goal.
Gerber, his first point of the season, first goal of the season, ties his game up here in Overland Park. Drury, though, still in the power play for another 28 seconds. Puck behind the net of Limpert. Limpert goes to recover it. First time he's done that tonight, and he'll swing it up the far boards looking for Salonpa. Salonpa loses control of it. Jayhawks very aggressive here on this penalty kill. Puck battled around. Here's Dusso. Dusso's shot goes wide. I think went off the stick of Limpert on its way behind his net. 4 seconds to go now on the power play for Drury, and boy, what a successful penalty kill it was for KU. They got themselves a shorthanded goal, courtesy of Jack Gerber, knotting this game up 1 goal apiece. Here comes Limpert streaking down the ice. Caleb Limpert, I should say. Turned over. This is Kernet. Kernet. Shot on there by Bizant, but saved by Ben Olsen as everybody's chatting a little bit to the left of Ben Olsen right now.
Ben Olsen just staying square. He sees the Drury ringer go over to his left. He comes over, stays square. Easy save for him. He's been playing amazing so far, making those shots. And the Jayhawks' penalty kill has just been incredible today. That was a great display. I mean, easily defense on that, not letting them get some shots on Ben Olsen there, and also getting that goal. Just amazing from the Jayhawks.
Face-off to the left of Olsen, won by the Jayhawks, and here come the KU. This is the second line for the Jayhawks. Brett Siddons streaking down the left side. Siddons skates in. Siddons looking for a centering pass to John Feeney. They couldn't connect. Broken up by Panther. Shot on by Luke Nessa. Blocked by Panthers. And here comes O'Connor. O'Connor gets shoved aside there. Malcolm Johnson again, another hit by him. He's shown the physicality tonight. Feeney tips it up to Siddons. Brett Siddons skating in with Aiden. The Siddons connection here for KU. Brett Siddons works around the defender. Shot on. Rebound opportunity for the Jayhawks. Chipping away there with John Feeney. He's not going to find anything. And this puck's going to be stopped by Garrett Limpert.
Great sequence there by the Jayhawks. I mean, they have just been dominating these odd man rushes. It has just been, it's insane. Like, you just see, you know, the Drury has been loving getting their shots off. I mean, they get their shots off like no other team I've seen so far this year. They just, if they see a shot, they are going to go for it. They do a great job of kind of looking through, finding that open path. But it's just, the Jayhawks have just been dominating on those rushes there. They've been great, and it's led to their success tonight.
Faceoff comes out to the left of Limpert. And it's batted down all the way behind the net of Ben Olsen. Icing going to be called here. We'll do it over again next to the net of Garrett Limpert.
Yeah, I mean, Jayhawks, they're still going. They're still going to try and get some of these shots off here. I mean, really, Limpert's been tested in net today. I mean, he's really had to stretch for some of them, get back in position. He's just been great tonight as well. He's really kept Denver, the DU on the jerseys keep tripping me up. It's the exact same font as Denver, but Drury, he's really kept them in the game here.
Face off to the right of Limpert, won by Luke Lamb initially. He goes down. Big hit there put on by Salonpa. Drury in their all-red uniforms, white helmet. KU going white tops, red shorts, white helmets tonight. Their typical home fits. But yeah, you do bring up jerseys, Zach. These definitely do. When you brought it up to me, it did look a lot like Denver's. Here's KU now on offense. Shot on goal. Rebound opportunity for the Jayhawks. Nobody home. Here's Zadakis now. Zadakis gets the shot off. Another rebound opportunity given up there by Garrett Limpert. He kind of pals up like flipping a flapjack on Sunday morning. But luckily, no Jayhawk for him was home to knock that one in. Here's Zadakis now along the far boards. He looks for headman to Lang. Lang gets a stick on it, so icing's going to be waved off here. This is Zon Warner with it. Warner looking for a headman, but he turns it over. It's Zadakis to neutralize. Howson push. Tries to get it stuck on it, but another turnover here. About a span of 4 turnovers in about 15 seconds, it seems, Jack.
That's just been insane there. Again, that hand-eye coordination from Limpert and the DU defenseman there to get that opportunity. But, again, it's really those rushes are killing them.
Puck in the near corner boards now. Playing it is Kyle. Pressured off by Lang, and Lang gets control of it. Lang trying to find Schubert. First time we called Zach Schubert same tonight. He's the extra skater for the Jayhawks. Centering pass, Howson push, rebound Lang, couldn't get it to go home. How did the Jayhawks not score on that opportunity? Here's another one for the Jayhawks. Hearn with it, Hearn shot above the crossbar, might have been elbowed there by Limpert, couldn't tell. How does the puck not get in the net there? Here is Robb with it. Robb tries to dangle around the Jayhawk. He can't, he goes to the ground. And puck's now battled for in the near boards. Puck squirts out and neutralized. Loud wave off of the icing by our linesman as both teams go for a line change.
Apologies for waving there. I couldn't believe nothing went in. That was insane.
Malcolm Johnson by the net. He turns it over to Bizant. Bizant, O'Connor shot on. Nice glove save there by Ben Olsen, staying true to his glove hand side.
That was, yeah, wow. I mean, just ripping it right there. Olsen flashes the leather. Easy save for him. He's had a great night tonight.
Face off to the left of Olsen. Dussault and Bizant, or O'Connor taking it, excuse me, and is O'Connor winning the face off. Here's Tyler Nelson streaking. Centering pass. They score! Nick Woolington, the local boy, puts it home for the Jayhawks, giving them a 1-goal lead.
Easy shell goal for the Jayhawks. DU gets one on them. The Jayhawks get one odd man rush back on them. Just an easy tap. Get it right past them, make them overcommit. Great goal by the Jayhawks. They take a 2-1 lead with a little over half of the period remaining. Just, again, it looks like all the momentum was swaying the Jayhawks' way, and now they've really started to get a lead on them here.
Tyler Nelson, his 25th assist of the season, 33rd point of the year for the Jayhawk forward. Nick Woolington, his 10th goal of the season. He gets in the double digits, his 17th point of the season for the Jayhawks, as Jayhawks are now working a 1-goal lead here, just over halfway into this first period of play here from Advent Health Sports Park in Overland Park. Joined alongside me is Jack Maurice. I'm Ryan Cartman, bringing you live coverage for this Matcha Showdown. Drury coming out of Matcha Bronze, KU, Matcha Silver West. Along the far boards now, getting pressured off there. That was Schmitz with it. Schmitz, though, turned it over as KU looks to go the other way. They can't. It's Kangas with it. Kangas goes cross-ice with it along the near boards. This is Limpert. Caleb Limpert getting battled off by Zach Roberts. Puck now behind the net of Olsen as this puck went out squared out. Trying to find a defenseman there. That was Schmitz. Drury tried to get the puck on the stick. He has it on the stick now, but they didn't want to let it squirt out as the Jayhawks now get to go for a line change.
You can really see there DU getting those line changes out. Some of those players already looked gassed there, trying to get those long shot passes to get some offensive opportunities.
Here's Travis Breyer now. First time we're calling his name tonight. Breyer and Nessa together. Breyer looking for Siddons. Can't find him. Dangerous pass in the center ice if you're a Jayhawk. But either way, turns out well. Here comes Brett Siddons. Siddons goes for two. Siddons, though, can't finish it. Centering pass looking for John Feeney. They can't find it. Here comes Drury the other way. They're 2-on-2 if they hurry. But this puck will squirt into the corner boards. Playing it, that is Evans for Drury, getting pressured off by Nessa for the Jayhawks. Here is Breyer again. Breyer will decide to shoot it down the ice. And icing will be called here. This puck's going to be faced off for in the zone of Ben Olsen.
That Jayhawks forward lines, all four of them, have been great tonight. And I think that's really been the key to their success and why they have a 2-1 lead. Every single line is playing their part. They're doing great. And they are just chopping up the DU defense. I mean, they are just dangling circles around them. Really, Limpert's been keeping them in this game.
Face off to the left of Olsen. Won by KU initially, but turned over to Drury. O'Reilly there looking for Behan, but threw it behind him. Puck's now into near boards. This is Kernet. Kernet turns it over. Here he has a streaking Feeney right there, but they couldn't connect. It's going to be played down. The 224s going at it. John Feeney and Caleb Schmitz for KU and Drury respectively. Centering pass. Brett Siddons stick aside by Limpert. Here's Hearn with it. Hearn shot on, didn't get through. Kicked aside there by Caleb Schmitz before it could get on net. Here's a 2-on-1 for Drury if they hurry. O'Reilly has a man in front of the net. Can't connect. That was Bizant in front of the net. Bizant went for the screen instead, but that puck didn't get on net. Here is John Feeney now. Feeney along the far boards. Has Brett Siddons with him. Brett fires. Rebound opportunity. Feeney couldn't get his stick on it. Squeezes by in the net. Here's Brett Siddons with it again. Brett along the far boards. Getting pressured off there by O'Connor. Puck in the near boards now. Working his way to the near boards. Centering pass there for Siddons. Couldn't connect with him. That was Bullard trying to connect. This is Behan now. Behan sticking it up to Zach Zidakis along the far boards. Zidakis able to squirt it in to Drury territory. Puck squeezes behind Schubert there, and icing is not going to be waved off there. I thought Drury might have won that race first. They didn't. Drury bench a little upset about it, but either way, it's going to go back to the zone of Garrett Limpert for a faceoff. 6:57 to go in this first period.
Zidakis is one of those players that I love watching. He is just always in the right position. I mean, he plays as a defenseman, but you see him, he's everywhere. I love his style of play. He's really a Swiss Army knife. He is just amazing, and he really gets back on there to get them in.
Face off to the left of Limpert. Rebound opportunity after a shot by KU, but it gets corralled by Drury. Trying to clear it out now is Drury. Not being able to keep the blue line is Johnson. Puck was tipped, though, by Jayhawk, so icing waved off here. This is Limpert with it after the Jayhawk blows an edge. Getting a shot on there with Stagel, but it was blockered aside. Excuse me, gloved aside, I should say, by Olsen. Puck squirts into neutral ice now as it is Stagel with it. Stagel tries to get around Malcolm Johnson, can't. So it's out to Schubert now. Schubert for Bullard. Bullard gets a stick on it, so icing waved off. It is now Robb with it. Robb fires it up the near boards. Schubert intercepts as the Jayhawks look to go the other way here. Malcolm Johnson with it. Headman pass for Willington. Couldn't get enough juice on that one, so Willington had hard trouble playing that one. Puck in front of the net of Limpert now. It is Drury with possession. Here they come the other way. This is it Cartwright working left to right. He drops it back for Stagel. Stagel with it now. Stagel shot on. Save there by Olsen. Rebound. I thought Olsen saved that one, but it was a rebound opportunity given up as well. But Jayhawks shouldn't get to it first. It's Malcolm Johnson in the far corner. Headman pass looking for Tyler Nelson. Not even close, so Jayhawks going to ice this puck. They got some tired legs on the ice right now.
Good opportunity for them to get to some rest. DU's defense does not look engaged at all. That last offensive area rush, I'd say, little opportunity for the Jayhawks. DU's defenders were just kind of standing there. It doesn't really seem like they wanted to get the puck. They were just being, hate to say it, but pylons. Just really, Jayhawks are dangling circles around him. It really looked like Limpert was the one who really wanted to make the stop there.
Face off to the left of Olsen. Won by KU. This is Willington in the first line trying to go right to left. They can't, turning it over. And Salonpaw with the puck on the stick. Salonpaw getting pressured by Jayhawk, but he has a couple Panther reinforcements to help him. Shot on there by Johnson. Kicked aside, sticked aside by Limpert. Puck in front of the net. This is Woolington, tries to go backhand, but couldn't get enough mustard on that one. O'Connor with it now. 5 minutes to go in the first period. If you're just joining us, Jack and Maurice with me. I'm Ryan Cartman. We got a good one here. Some macho play in Overland Park. Jayhawks leading this one 2-1, courtesy of 2 goals. One from George Bullard, one from Jack Gerber, another off the stick of Nick Woolington. This is O'Connor with it. O'Connor working west to east. Puck in neutral ice. Turned over to KU. Here's Dusso entering, the captain for the Jayhawks. Caleb Dusso, backhand shot. Saved by Limpert. Rebounded out to Schmitz. Schmitz works in the neutral ice. Jayhawks get in. They'll send it right back down their way as it's a line change now for KU. 4th line coming out for the Jayhawks. Here's Lang with it. Matthew Lang. Cross-ice pass, looking for Jack Gerber. Gerber pokes a few times, gets cross-checked, and no goal here as we're going to have a penalty called here against Drury. It looks like he got cross-checked, and indeed, I think the refs saw what we saw. It should be a power play for KU. It will be.
Yeah, awful play there. I mean, that was just, you saw Limpert sprawled out there. Couldn't really tell where the puck was with all the players around it, but yeah, cross-check in front of the ref. You can't do that. That's going to give the Jayhawks a very easy power play, their first one of the night. Doesn't even feel like it, considering that last penalty kill felt like a power play for the Jayhawks getting that goal off. But again, we're going to get an opportunity to see what they can do on this defense tonight.
So it is a 2-minute cross-checking minor to Drew Kangas. His 14th penalty minutes on the season, a freshman out of Richmond, Virginia. A really good player for these Panthers. Had an assist already on the lone goal of the game for the Panthers. But it's the Jayhawks getting some power play time. Here's the puck. Goes back into Ben Olsen's territory. Jayhawks, last time out against Nebraska a month and a half ago, they were 1 for 9 on the power play that weekend. Not a good weekend for special teams, specifically the power play. But look at that penalty there by Drew Kangas to cross-check. Gerber was poking at it. Kangas just standing up for his goalie there. I see how tensions get hot. I do like how Kangas was standing up for Garrett Limpert. Here's Tyler Nelson along the far boards. He gets stripped up, and that's going to be called any day of the week. It's going to be a 5-on-3 opportunity now for the Jayhawks for a minute 22 as teams from both sides start to just do a little chit-chat, some little friendly chit-chat, Jack.
That's ridiculous. What is DU doing? All that was just stick lift on stick lift on stick lift. I have no idea what they were doing. It was pressing circle in NHL. You can't do that. You're going to hit him eventually. That was the easiest tripping call that you could have gotten. I have no idea what DU is doing there. And then the shove after the whistle. Come on, guys. Like a easy 5-on-3.
So 5-on-3 for the Jayhawks. It's Caleb Limpert. He had the goal. He is sitting for 2 minutes for a trip. So we have a minute 15 of 5-on-3 time for KU. Here's Tyler Nelson with the puck. Nelson has Nessa if he wants him. He'll opt to go behind the net instead. I think he lost the puck there. Tyler Nelson with it. Has a lot of options. Brett Siddons. Dusso calls for it. He gets it. Back to Siddons. Brett Siddons. Siddons shot. Shoulder to side there by Limpert. Tyler Nelson now from the top. Nelson tells Siddons to go to the blue line, and he does. Brett Siddons with it. He works in. Siddons shot. Save there by Limpert. 43 seconds of 5-on-3 time to go for the Jayhawks.
Great save by Limpert there. I'd love to see the Jayhawks try to get a little more power off on that. It really seemed like they were just kind of wait and kind of snake around there until they could find a shot. But if I'm being completely honest, they could probably just rocket it or get a one-timer, and they would probably get a pretty easy goal there. It doesn't really seem like DU's defense is doing much but kind of clogging up the lanes or trying to stop those passes, which, fair point. That's a good play for them.
Face-off to the right of Limpert. It is Bizzard taking it for the Panthers, and he will at least tangle it up a little bit. Here's Malcolm Johnson at the blue line now. Johnson, Roberts with it now. Johnson wants it. Back to Roberts. A little hot potato here. Still some hot potato. Johnson makes the guy dive. Feeney with it now. Feeney Johnson behind Woolington. Woolington gets it out to Feeney, keeping it in. 20 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. The 2-minute minor cross check to Kagan. Puck shot up and into the net. Stoppage here on the ice. 15 seconds to go on the minor cross check to Kangas.
Speaking of Rocket, the one person out there that I would be mortified of if I was a defender is Zach Roberts. That dude has a rocket of a shot, and one of these days I'd love to get a speed gun because he will shoot it, and it's just in the back of the net. He's got an absolute laser of a shot. But I guess it's okay because we'll trade it off for Tyler Nelson, who can make any dish.
Brett Siddons with it now. Can't keep the blue line. Comes out. Caleb Duso with it in neutral ice, and that's probably going to do it for the 5-on-3. Kangas is coming out in 5 seconds. Jayhawks will still have 38 seconds, so a 5-on-4 time. Brett Siddons now. Siddons will wrap around the net. Kangas is out. 5-on-4 for KU. Siddons still with the puck, doing what he does best, trying to find a lane. Finds the lane. They score! Aiden Siddons. It's the Siddons connection here in Overland Park. The patience of Brett Siddons paying off.
Kuznetsov right in front of the DU bench. Look at that. Again, Siddons show back in session there. I love the brotherly connection on that. You just saw Aiden on just crouching in the back there, ready to get it in. He's been amazing. Having both those guys playing has been a treat this year. They've been amazing. And again, another Siddons show goal.
Aiden Siddons, his 8th goal of the season, 17th point. Brett Siddons, his 15th assist of the season, 29 points. Trying to keep up with his fellow teammate Tyler Nelson, who's right now 3 behind him. Brett Siddons is 3 behind Tyler Nelson for the team lead in points. But either way, Jayhawks don't care too much as long as they're winning games.
You can see the referee come over to the Jayhawks bench and tell him to stop, give him a warning for flaunting in front of the DU bench. I mean, it was pretty funny, but nah, you can't do that. That's showboating, man.
So that was a power play goal for KU. Give him a power play goal in the scorebook. Jayhawks special teams really needed that after a 1-for-9 showing a month and a half ago, their last time out, which was against the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. 90 seconds to go in the first period now. Jayhawks still trying to add some insurance. It's Luke Lamb in the third line for the Jayhawks. Lamb pushes off Kyle there and getting another shove there, but Lamb sticking with it nicely, but he lets the puck go behind him. Lamb went one way, the puck went the other way. Hearn's shot on goal through traffic. Nice job there by Limpert to pick it up.
Luke Lamb just marching into the DU zone. I mean, absolute great play. Sucks that he kind of lost the puck there, but, I mean, he was just crushing everybody. Everybody who was coming in to try and body the puck off him. You can't do that on Luke Lamb. I mean, he's just, 6'4", 200. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Come on, DU.
1:12 to go in the period. Face off to the right of Limpert. Won by, looks like KU. Initially, it was a little bit of a tangle. Shot on there. Luke Lamb was there for a rebound opportunity, but nice job by Garrett Limpert, the junior goalie out of Ballwin, Missouri, just to cover that one up and live to fight another day.
It really seems like DU is starting to get a little gassed here. You can tell by some of their rushes there, they're really looking for the longer passes, try and get somebody out there into the offensive zone, try and get some shots off here. But it really looks like they've slowed down in comparison to the first period. This intermission's really going to help them out.
Face-off battle won by the Jayhawks. Shot up and over the crossbar. Shot came off the stick of Jackson Fisher. Less than a minute to go now in the period. Hearn with it. Hearn shot got deflected. Limpert had to make an unusual, awkward save there as the puck changed directions. Here comes Drury, 2-on-1 if they hurry, but they can't get the puck on their stick as Zach Roberts sends it the other way. Here is Jackson Fisher. Tried to go for a little toe drag there, but just couldn't get around a Panther defenseman. Nice job by Drury's defense. 28 seconds to go now in the first frame of action. Kerna with the stick on his puck to Schmidt. Schmidt's headman pass looking for O'Connor. They can't connect as Ben Olsen is just going to stick it on top of that one as the faceoff will come into his zone for the first time in a few minutes.
Ben Olsen just been amazing this period. He's had some great saves. He's just basically done everything that he's needed to. Jayhawks haven't had to rely on him a lot there, but when he is needed, he's square, he's set, and he's going to make that save there.
Face off to the left of Olsen, won by Drury. Shot on there, trying to get a shot. That was Salonpa, but didn't get through. Might have hit his fellow teammate there. Can't tell who that is. There's 5 seconds to go in the period. puck played up, and that's going to wind out our period here. But my focus is more turned to this Drury player coming off the ice. That looks to be Caleb Limpert, the lone goal scorer so far for Drury, as he is bent over now on his own bench.
Yeah.
That shot there from Silonpa might have hit him. I couldn't tell, Jack. Either way, we'll be hoping he's all right. But
Yeah.
KU going into this first intermission break with a 3-1 lead. And what more could you ask for after not playing hockey for about 6 weeks?
Not much there. Really, I do feel bad for Limpert there. It didn't look like he was putting any pressure on his left leg. He's sitting. He's taking a breather there. Got to feel for him. He's been amazing this game. So first off, got to feel for him. Hopefully he's okay. For the Jayhawks, though, I am sure that DU is going to be drilling them about those odd man Russians. That's really been the death of them this period.
So we're heading to this first intermission break. Jayhawks with 3 unanswered goals after Drury scores first. Drury's goal coming off the stick of Caleb Limpert, his 6th goal of the season. KU's goals coming courtesy of Aiden Siddons, Jack Gerber, and Nick Woolington, the local boy from Gardner, Kansas. It was Aiden Siddons getting the goal on the power play for KU. So Jayhawks go into this first intermission up 2 goals, 21 shots on goal for KU, 11 for Drury. That tells you sort of how the offensive momentum in this game shifted for the last 15 minutes or so of this first period. Well, we'll send it into first intermission break here. I'm Ryan Cartman alongside Jack Maurice here in Overland Park at Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk. Keep it locked in here on the KU Hockey YouTube channel. back here in Overland Park at Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk for the start of some second period action between your Jayhawks and the Drury Panthers. Some matcha action tonight. KU gets out to an early 3-1 lead here in the first period. Jack, what did you like from both teams that first period?
All right, Jayhawks, those odd man rushes. I mean, DU barely even played in the neutral zone, so how they were capitalizing on that every single time. Going through there, they're just dominating. Second of all, I do want to say it's awesome to see Caleb Limpert back out there on the bench. I mean, he is a trooper. I didn't think he was going to come back out and play, honestly, but after that injury, didn't look like, couldn't really see what it was, but he's back out on the bench here, and it's good to see him still playing. DU, I'd have to say it really has to be their offense. Nothing really else has been of note for them. The other Limpert in goal, the other Limpert is he's been amazing. Sorry, Garrett Limpert in their net. He's been phenomenal tonight. I'd say he single-handedly kept him in the game. Not really much else from DU. There's going to need to be a lot of changes made to make them competitive and try and come back here. But as of right now, nothing really of note from DU. This game has been all Jayhawks. Ben Olsen's been amazing in net. That top line has just been absolutely grilling them. I wouldn't even say that. All four of the Jayhawk lines have just been absolutely grilling DU. It's been a great game for the Jayhawks. If you're Andy, not much you could be really mad about there.
So it's me. KU going left to right in the second. Drury going right to left as the puck is dropped for the start of some second period action. KU wins the face-off. Puck along the near board. Zach Roberts with it. He tries to get it out to Wellington. Can't. It is Drury coming the other way. This is Salonpas getting up by Salonpas shot. Wide blocker side on Olsen. Warner with it now. Warner tries to hold the blue line. Can't. Nelson pokes it away. Here comes Tyler Nelson. He's got reinforcements. It is Blake Hearn. Hearn's shot. Blocker to side by Limpert. Puck behind the net now. Played by Drury. Interesting decision there. Shot on by Blake Hearn. Wrister saved, gloved by Limpert. Interesting decision there by the Drury defenseman behind the net to just almost seemingly give that one right up to Blake Hearn.
Again, good to see. It looks like Caleb Limpert, brother of goalie Garrett Limpert, will be playing out there. Good to see. It looks like that he's putting pressure on his left knee or left leg. But, really good to see him back out there. He's been stellar for DU tonight.
Face off to the right of Limpert, won by Drury initially, and they still have control of it here. Puck off the stick of Caleb Limpert as it's Tyler Nelson now. Tyler Nelson streaking down. Nelson dangles. Nelson backhand shot. Saved by Limpert. Another shot by the Jayhawks goes wide of net. Trying to pick up the puck is Wellington. He can't. It is Warner with it now. Trying to clear it out was the Panthers. They couldn't the first time, but they get it the second time. Icing called here. Luke Nessa wins the race against Caleb Limpert.
Love the strategy from DU of letting Tyler Nelson just kind of skate wherever he wants. He's the Jayhawks' leading assist leader with 24 assists. His next closest is, 25 now. His next closest is Brett Siddons, with I think he has 15 tonight. Again, that's a 10 assist difference. He's been stellar.
Face off to the right of Garrett Limpert. And icing waved off here. So it's going to be Malcolm Johnston getting that puck. But he's pressured 2 against 1, so he dumps it along the boards. And Luke Nessa was the free man. So he'll just try to go up ice with it now. He does to Aiden Siddons. Aiden goes off the puck goes off his stick. As the puck's in the near corner now battling for it. There was Anson Kyle with Aiden Siddons. But Aiden wins it. He pokes out to his brother Brett. Brett now looking for Zadakis. Zadakis wraps it around. Puck in the near boards now. It is won by KU. That was Luke Nessa, excuse me. I was double checking the number there. That was Nessa. Here is Aiden Siddons now. Aiden Siddons along the near boards. Siddons getting pushed off there. He tries to take a shot, but he can't get the stick lifted. And Drury tries to go the other way, but they can't. Another neutral zone turnover for them as Nessa gets a shot in and rings off the backboards. Brett Siddons now along the far corner. Turns over to Drury here. Can they come the other way? That was Bizant trying to break out, but Malcolm Johnson made sure to keep him in check as this puck goes all the way back behind the net now of Limpert. 17.5 to go here in the second act of play. Here is O'Connor. Drury 2-on-1. O'Connor shot. He scores! Riley O'Connor beats Ben Olsen glove side, cutting this deficit in half for Drury, as you can hear the Drury fans making some noise.
That's definitely the response you want for a DU, just taking it top shelf there. Just what a laser, that odd man rush. Instead of it coming to haunt DU, it haunts the Jayhawks this time.
So Riley O'Connor increases his team lead of goals to 9 on the season. 9 goals for Riley O'Connor. He had an option to pass it there to Gannon Stagel, but seems he made the right choice to keep it himself, and he puts it behind Ben Olsen's glove side as a turnover here. This is Evans with it. Evans looking center ice pass for Cordova, but he can't connect. Here comes the Jayhawks still away. Luke Lamb in the third line. Lamb tried for a center in pass to Jackson Fisher, but they couldn't connect. Just a little too far in front of Fisher's stick.
Zadakis was an amazing poke check there to give the Jayhawks that opportunity. He has been amazing tonight, getting that diving poke to set up that rush. Great play by Zadakis.
Face off to the right of Limpert here. Coming on the ice is Behan. They didn't have enough men on the ice. Almost seemed like they wanted to go on the penalty kill for a second, but Brody Behan decided, you know what, we'll play even strength here with 17 minutes to go in the first. Zadakis along the blue line. He dances to try to keep it in. He can't. Here comes Drury. They might have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nice job by Zadakis to keep Rob in check as it's KU coming the other way now. This is Bullard. Bullard centering. Zadakis fires. Kicked aside there by Limpert. This is Lamb behind the net now. The third line for the Jayhawks. That work. Lamb. Zadakis. Zadakis can't keep it in as icing's waved off here. It hit his stick, so Ben Olsen comes out of his net to play it. Nobody home for the Jayhawks along the near boards. Jackson Fisher didn't see the puck. Don't know what was going on there. So Drury's going to have a nice opportunity here behind the net of Ben Olsen. Olsen with it, getting pressured off by, excuse me, that was not Olsen with it. That was Behan with it, getting pressured off by Fisher. Fisher trying to make amends for his error there. Just didn't keep his head up. Jackson Fisher with it now, getting pressured by Kangas. Getting control of the puck is Drury. 5-pull, they score! Drew Kangas, excuse me, Brady Kangas. His second point of the night, first goal of the night, his 6th of the season, ties this game up here early in the second period.
Just not a great defensive play by the Jayhawks there. They're playing like DU was playing in the first period there, non-existent. Just kind of rough to see Jayhawks, not really a lot of people, just kind of letting DU take over, giving them some free shots and just back-to-back backhands to the 5-hole. And now the game is tied.
Jack, the Panthers heard what you said, and they didn't like it, so looks like they came out here with 2 quick goals in the second period within the first 4 minutes of play. Shot on there. Nice glove save there by Ben Olsen. That's Ben Olsen we're used to with that slick glove hand larceny.
Olsen just slips over. He sees the defender coming towards him, comes over, slides over to his right, puts his glove up. He's in position. He's been great.
Face off to the right of Olsen now. It is Salonpaw for the Panthers, Lang for the Jayhawks. Lionsman went in and dropped the puck. He does. Lang kicks it out to the near boards, and get into it is Roberts, and he sends it to neutral ice. Here is Housenpush with it. Housen pushes Gerber. Housenpush shot. Rebound opportunity for Housenpush. Goes behind the net. Lang with it. Lang to Hearn. Hearn gets it. Looking for a man in front of the net, but nobody home. Gerber was closest. Near boards now. It's Kalampaw playing with it. Or Salampaw, excuse me. Puck in front of the net. They score! Matthew Lang puts one home for the Jayhawks. Putting them back on top here in the second period. Lang's second goal of the season.
Jayhawks responding right there. Great shot, great offensive push there. Right back to it. And now the Jayhawks have a 4-3 lead. Great response there.
Yeah, I saw that puck bouncing around. I couldn't tell who even really got that shot off until I saw Lang's arms go up in there, signaling that he made the goal. He looked pretty happy. Everybody huddling around him. As Jayhawks get the lead, 3 goals already scored in this second period, and we aren't even 5 minutes in. Folks, this tells us anything about how this game is going to go. Oh, boy, you better be chewing your fingernails and sitting on the edge of your seats for this one. Here is O'Reilly with an O'Reilly shot. Rebound opportunity for Bizant. He can't get it to go. Here is Duso now, the captain for the Jayhawks. Puck rattles around in Panther ice as it comes out. It's going to be delayed offsides against the Jayhawks. Here comes Drury, 2-on-1 if they hurry. This is Stagel. Stagel off the post. Another puck going through the crease of Ben Olsen. How does that one not go in the net? Centering pass for Drury. They can't get it to go. Another shot on goal. They can't. Now everybody's down. And here we go. Everybody finding a dance partner. We got a brouhaha brewing in Overland Park. Everybody putting their glove up in everybody's face.
Whoa, just drop it. Come on.
So refs pointing out penalties here, and we're definitely going to some penalties to go with this one.
There are so many levels of you can't do that going on here between the Jayhawks and DU. What is going on? There was probably like 3 or 4 penalties that could have been called, and it looks like we're going to have a Jayhawks penalty kill here. That was absolutely ridiculous. I think DU probably could have gotten a couple of penalties on themselves there.
All right, so it looks like Luke Nessa going into the box for now. We'll
Duso having a chat with the officials there.
So it looks like Caleb Duso trying to plead his case, the captain for the Jayhawks pleading his case to the refs, but looks like it's not going to pay off. And it's going to be a power play from what it looks like for Drake. Don't know what that's sitting for. If I had to guess, it's going to be a roughing minor. It is a minor call, and I'm guessing it's going to be a roughing. You thought more penalties would come out of that, but it looks like Drury is going to get the advantage here. They're going to get to go 5-on-4 as Drury's coach, Brett Lothan, is getting an explanation from her head ref.
Looks like the Jayhawks kind of got away with a couple of those shots there. Some of them looked dangerously close to crossing the line, but no goals. Last time the Jayhawks were on the penalty kill, though, they did get a goal out of it, but after this DU team looks a lot different than that same team that first period, so I imagine we're going to see something completely different going on.
So it's Luke Nessa sitting for 2 minutes on a minor, as it is Drury's second opportunity to the power play. Here comes the Jayhawks looking for another power play goal. Nelson with it. Nelson drops it for Duso. Duso shot. Save there by Limpert. Nice save by Garrett Limpert. Puck in the near corners now. Played by Drury. Headman pass. This is O'Connor with it. O'Connor dekes a man. O'Connor backhand shot saved by Olsen. Zadakis trying to pressure off O'Connor. O'Connor keeps control. O'Connor turns it over to Johnson. He's going to try to clear that puck out. He does a nice job keeping the blue line by Schmitz. Here's O'Connor. O'Connor cross sides looking for Schmitz off of his skate. Tries to get control of it. He does. Zadakis tries to get that puck from him. He can't. This looks to be O'Connor again. O'Connor to Schmitz. Schmitz back to O'Connor. They're playing some hot potato with each other. O'Connor, will he do it again? He will. Schmitz winds up, shoots. Sticked aside by Olsen. Stagel with it. Stagel, Schmitz, back to Stagel. Stagel wraps around the boards. That's Kangas with it. And coming out of neutral ice, that puck squirts out. 50 seconds to go now on the power play for the Panthers. Their second opportunity of the night. They didn't score on the first one, but who did? KU did. This is Limpert playing out of his net. Tyler Nelson just checking on him, making sure he doesn't hold that one for too long, trying to force him to make a play. And he does to Stagel, and it's going to be offsides called here, it looks like.
Wow. Jayhawks penalty kill, though, has been exactly what we had seen that first period, though. They've been great. Definitely a couple of very close opportunities for DU to get some very close shots off there.
And I was wrong, folks. Looks like it wasn't an offsides call. We're actually going to have a penalty called here. It's going against Gage Robb for the Panthers. Didn't see what the call was. Might have been too many men on the ice. I'm not certain, though. So it's going to be 4-on-4 time for both these teams for 32 seconds until Nessa's penalty expires. And then the Jayhawks will have 1:28 seconds on the power play, which they're already 1 of 2 on tonight.
Be interesting to hear from the announcers what the penalty was there.
Face off to the left of Limpert. Won by Drury. Schmitz with it. Schmitz for Salonpaw. Salonpaw gets in neutral ice, and that's going to squirt out. Icing waved off here as it went off the stick of a Jayhawk. Johnson loses the net, shuts up an opportunity. Here's a shot on goal by Behan. Glove save by Olsen. 13 seconds to go now in this 4-on-4. Lots of open ice for both these teams.
Jayhawks getting people in position there to get that quick shot off. You see Tyler Nelson standing at the blue line, ready to get that pass back there earlier.
Face off to the right of Olsen. Getting kicked out of the circle, that is Woolington. He has a little word for the ref. Coming in now, that looks to be Feeney. Shot on goal there, or attempted shot on goal there by Panthers. Gets turned around. Here is Johnson with it now. Johnson along the far corner. He wraps around. Out of the box comes Nessa. It's a minute 28 power play time for the Jayhawks, 5-on-4. Here's Roberts with it. Roberts, shot on into the net. I think it deflected off the skate of Nessa on its way to the net of Garrett Limpert. What was stoppage on the ice here with 12:26 to go in this middle act to play.
Great opportunity from Roberts to keep the puck in there, keep it more in the offensive zone, get that good shot off, keep Garrett Limpert on his toes. He's been amazing tonight, and he's definitely been the X factor for DU.
Face off to the left of Limpert, won by KU. Siddons shot, he scores! Brett Siddons making it a Siddons show here in Kansas. I think Limpert was screened on that shot.
Disgusting shot by Siddons there, just sniping it top corner. On our end, it looked like it was going a little slow. I don't think Limpert realized how quick it was coming at him or how slow it was coming at him, but just absolutely sniped it past him for a Jayhawks power play goal.
Yeah, Limpert was screened by his own man that when I saw him peeking around a little bit, trying to see where exactly Brett Siddons or whoever he thought the puck carrier was. And I saw him trying to peek around his own defenseman, so he got screened by his own guy, setting up a Brett Siddons shot. Usually should be an easy save for Limpert, but not that time, as we have a stoppage on the ice here. It's going to be
it was a penalty.
I think they're calling offsides here. Panthers won a tripping call, but they're not going to get it. So this puck's going to be played out in neutral ice for a face-off. So it is Brett Siddons getting a power play goal, his 15th goal in the season, reaches the 30-point mark this season. Nice job, Brett Siddons. Blake Hearn with it in the near corner. Hearn tries to clear. Can't. Losing an edge, though, is Warner. Centering pass for Drury. Shot on. Save there by Olsen. Nice glove save as a Drury player, that's Limpert, falls in front of his net, covering up his stick for a second there. This is Crow now with it. Braden Crow loses control of the puck, so it's the Jayhawks. Cross-ice pass for Feeney. As we have a whistle here, as we have an injured KU player in front of the net of Garrett Limpert. I didn't see what happened there, Jack. I was following the puck. I don't know if you saw what happened.
I did not. I think for what it looks like, he might have just taken a bad little trip there. I think that is Brett Siddons, unfortunately, coming down. Looks like a lower body. He's bent over there.
Watching the replay now, Brett Siddons got pushed down there by Caleb Limpert. Didn't look like a cross check, though. Limpert had his hands together, so just a clean hockey play, but he went right into the goal post, so caused the net to go off its post. And we'll reset. Face-off going out to the right of Garrett Limpert.
It sucks to see Siddons hurt like that, man. He's been incredible tonight, but he just needs some time to recuperate there.
So Jayhawks 2 for 3 on the power play tonight, courtesy of a Brett Siddons power play goal. Both Siddons brothers have both of KU's power play goals. Luke Lamb now along the far boards. It's the third line out, the Wayzata connection. Luke Lamb and Jackson Fisher both went to Wayzata High School up in Minnesota in the Minneapolis area. Luke Lamb with it now in the far corner. Lamb rings it around looking for Bullard. Bullard gets to it. Bullard tries to find Lamb again, but it's intercepted by Kernet. In the near corner now playing it, that is Kernet. Kernet getting pressured off, though, by Jayhawks. We have a nice puck battle going along the corner boards. Shot on by Fisher. Blocker aside by Limpert. Trying to clear it out there is the Panthers, and they do. Hearn couldn't hold the blue line, so Zach Schubert going to retreat. Haven't seen too much of Schubert tonight, but here he is on the ice now. Schubert carries the puck up. Headman for, that was Lang. Thought Lang might have been offsides there. Ref Didn't call it, though, so we continue on. House and push gets control of the puck. It's the fourth line for the Jayhawks going to work. This is Breyer with it. Breyer tries the head man for a house and push. Can't connect. Nice hit there. That was Lang, or no, it was Gerber, excuse me, putting a hit on Kernet. Lots of physicality here. Another Drury player laid down. And here's the goal for KU. Courtesy looks to be Matthew Lang, his second goal of the night.
Looks like one of the DU players got caught, I think probably a little bit up high there. He might have fallen on one of the sticks of the Kansas players, but he was laying down in pain there. But Jayhawks' goal to extend the lead to 3.
So after Matthew Lang scored his first goal of the season last series the Jayhawks played, he's already got 2 tonight, opening a season goal total to 3. Along the near boards now. This is Braden Crow. Crow, though, turns it over. It's neutral ice now, played by Drury. Ben Olsen comes out to play this one. Jayhawks doubling up the Panthers right now, 6-3 as we cross the halfway mark to play in this second period. Woolington goes round to man. Woolington around another. Woolington shot on. Saved by Oliver. Rebound. They score! KU scores, but now we have a big fight going on. Oh boy, is there a lot of bad blood between these two macho foes.
That gets 3 big booms.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh boy, was there a lot of pushing and shoving going on there. Everybody trying to find a dance partner. And penalties will be awarded indeed. As Jayhawks, though, still celebrate. They open up a 4-goal lead against the Panthers.
Looks like we get matching penalties for both DU and the Jayhawks. So Jayhawks looks like it was Tyler Nelson who's headed to the box and Connor O'Reilly for DU.
So it looks like Duso scored that goal. It was hard to tell, but looks like Caleb Duso, yep, he was the first one down the line. So looks like he scored. Caleb Duso, his first goal, I should say, of the night. That is Duso's 6th goal on the season, give it his 20th point. So it looks like we're going to have matching penalties here. So we're going to stay 5-on-5, or we put them up on the board. Let's find out.
I think it's probably going to be 4-on-4 here.
They will be put on the board. So we're going to have 2 minors here, presuming they're not majors, giving out to 2 of these teams. It was after the whistle, so we could find ourselves in major penalty territory here. We'll find out, but it's going to be 4-on-4 here. Jayhawks 30 shots on goal.
Matching minors here.
Drury with 20 shots on goal tonight. And it is going to be matching minors. Tyler Nelson for the Jayhawks. And looks to be Riley O'Connor for the Panthers.
Oh, and another shot here.
Woo! Feeney's shot. Glove there aside by Limpert. Puck along the blue line now. This is Salonpas carrying it. Salonpas for Schmidt. Schmidt tries to work around Johnson. He can't. We're in 4-on-4 time for the next minute 40 here from Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk. Alongside Jack Maurice, I'm Ryan Hartman, bringing you the first of 2 games here on a weekend series against these 2 macho foes. As we have stoppage on the ice here, and I think looks like it might have been our goalie, Garrett Limpert, for Drury, talking to the refs about something. He doesn't look too happy, as this conversation looks to be a little bit heated for Limpert.
Yeah, that's a good question. What are we doing? I don't know why they're. That's actually a completely fair point. I have no idea why that was called. Buddy's really enjoying the game, I guess.
So face-off's going to come on to neutral ice on Drury's half of neutral ice, or I say Drury's offensive half of neutral ice. Still 1:29 to go in this 4-on-4. Tyler Nelson sitting for the Hawks. O'Connor sitting for the Panthers. Face-off won by KU, but it's picked up by Schmidt. Schmidt centering pass, looking for Kangas. They can't connect. He was singled up with Nessa. Speaking of Nessa, here he comes the other way. 3-on-2 for the Hawks. Nessa loses control of the puck as it's about to be played in the corner boards. And we're going to have a penalty called here.
Yeah, you can't
this
do that.
one going against KU. Big hit. And oh boy, there's a lot of brewing blood here in Overland Park. And here we go. A little WWE night in Overland Park.
It's
Can't tell who's going out.
SmackDown.
We're going to get a good view of it here of who these numbers were. So going to sit is going to be Luke Nessa. Nessa's going to sit. Looks like Kangas was wrestling with the Jayhawk. Can't tell who he was wrestling with. Oh, so Kangas is sitting, and it looks like Zon Warner is going to sit as well. So there's going to be 3 men in the penalty box for Drury. For KU.
This is a mess.
Trying to see who's going. Okay, so it looks like getting in a wrestling match. Trying to see who that number was, folks. We've got a lot to sort out here. Matthew Lang looks to be involved in that, but he is not going to the penalty box. I think they're going to let him stay.
This is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah, Jack, refs got to get control of this game fast if they don't want this to overheat. And I think what they're doing right now is right. Give guys penalties, teach them that, hey, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna go sit because they cannot lose control of this game for the life of them.
That's already a 7-3 thrashing. I mean, it's gonna be pretty tough. This is already getting a little crazy here. I'm sure DU has been plenty heated, but I think the DU coaches need to tell their players to calm down. I mean, some of these hits are just regular hockey hits, and the DU players are acting like they just cross-checked their whole family. So needs to be a little bit of calm from both of these teams here. Settle down and get back to playing some good, clean hockey.
So for Drury, Zon Werner is going to go sit for 2 minutes. Get himself for what exactly? So it's going to be 4-on-3 power play time for the Jayhawks for 1:10, and then 5-on-4 for an extra 50 seconds. This is Hearn with it at the blue line. Hearn dances, dumps it to Siddons at the red dot. Siddons works his way up now to the blue line. Siddons finds Hearn. Hearn to Duso. Duso shot.
Oh!
He scores! Caleb Duso, his second goal of the night, giving the Jayhawks a 5-goal lead. Their third special teams goal, fourth special teams goal of the night.
The take off the crossbar, snipes it, looks like it hit his bottle. Caleb Duso just having an amazing night tonight. Look at that. Wow.
So nobody's coming out of the box here. Drury wants to come out, but it was 4-on-3. So somebody's going to get to come out because that was a power play goal. So that was 3 power play goals for the Jayhawks and a shorthanded goal. So now they need a 4-on-4 and a 3-on-3. And, man, you can have yourself a little grand slam of goals here on special teams. So coming out of the box for Drury, the penalty expired. Who are they taking out? They're going to take out O'Connor here. So O'Connor's penalty is going to go off the board. So it's going to be 4-on-4 time here as the Jayhawks open up a 5-goal lead courtesy of Caleb Duso power play goal. Under 8.5 to go now in the second period.
This is just, what a mess.
Here's Buller with it. Buller shot kicked aside. Rebound opportunity for Hearn. He can't bang it home as Drury's going to send it down the length of the ice. Icing going to be waved here because we are in even strength hockey, 4-on-4. Jack, I don't know what to make of this game, man. I'm trying to convey this game the best I can, but I'm at a loss for words of what's going on right now. There's been so much blood boiling.
It's a mess.
So many goals scored, so many penalties on the board. 2 guys in the box for Drury right now, 2 in the box for KU. It's hard to keep track of.
And they're doing this again tomorrow. We have another game here at Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk. So this is just, we have another game too. So who knows, maybe we can see more of this tomorrow.
Luke Lamb carrying the puck right now for KU. He's at the circle. Lamb couldn't tell that was Hearn. Back to Lamb. Lamb shot. Little up high save for Limpert. Interesting positioning there, but hey, as long as you save it, that's all that counts. Yeah, Jack. I don't think these teams are going to forget what happened tonight when they play again tomorrow. I don't think one night's sleep lets that go away.
They're going to be sore. There is no way that they're going to come in tomorrow and not be hurting. They are going to be coming back to their hotel. They're going back home, and they are just going to be battered and bruised. They're going to need ice baths. There is no way nobody comes out of this unscathed. This has just been an insane game.
So refs are talking about what the penalties are like on the scoreboard right now, it looks like. What I see right now is 16 seconds of 4-on-4 time to go before Tyler Nelson comes back on the ice. And then the Jayhawks will get 50 seconds of power play time until Warner comes back on the ice. Shot on goal there by Roberts. Glove save by Limpert. Nice job by the junior goaltender.
I mean, I don't even think Limpert's had a bad game tonight at net. Like, obviously it's been hard. He's let 8 pass, but, I mean, he still had a great game, and he's still been stopping the right shots. The Jayhawks have just been so dominant on the offensive zone that it's just nothing he can really do.
Brett Siddons carries the puck now. He gets turned over. Here comes Drury. They turn it over, though. They can't get it on. Tyler Nelson should be coming out of the box now. They don't know. Nelson's still waiting to come out. It should be power play time for the Hawks. Jayhawks are wasting power play time. I haven't seen this before. Puck in front of the net of Limpert. Here comes the Panthers with it. Jayhawks should be on the power play, but Tyler Nelson, unless I'm mistaken about something, his penalty has expired, and Jayhawks should be 5-on-4, but he's not coming out. I think our line's been signaled to him, too, to come on out, but
no, it doesn't look like he hasn't been signaled to come out not by any of the coaches or the people in the box. He may just be waiting some time. That maybe the penalties on the board may have just been.
Yeah, it could be. I could be wrong, but the penalty expired. Okay, here he comes. So Nelson comes out. No, excuse me, that's Nessa. Nessa comes out. So Nelson's staying in. Nessa comes out. So, okay, yep, this game's been very confusing. You know, we're just going to go with it. 5-on-5, even strength hockey.
We still don't even have either of them on the board. There's still another DU player in there as well.
I think those were matching minors, so I don't know if they're going to put those on the board or not, or matching majors, I should say. Either way, puck behind the net now of Limpert as we try to get this game sorted out in our minds. Lamb puts the boom on the guy right there in the near boards, and he lost a stick. Lamb cross ice looking for Bowler. They can't connect. Schubert, centering pass for Lamb off his stick. Puck trickles its way to the blue line. Johnson able to keep it in above a rising glove of Kernet and stopping the puck. That's going to be Garrett Limpert.
Looks like Nelson and the DU player are both coming out of the box here, coming to the bench. I think their penalties may be over here.
Jack, I'm going to keep harping it. I don't care what people say, but it feels like we played 3 games tonight. It really feels like we played 3 games, and we're not even under the 6-minute mark to go in the second period.
9:45, man.
Puck along the near boards. This is Robb. Robb tries to swing it around for Warner. Warner gets laid out, though. Able to keep his balance. I'm surprised he was. This is Zadakis going to play it in the corner to the forward turn defenseman. And puck on the stick now. Here comes Drury. Dumping it in there. That was Behan with it. Here's a 2-on-1 for Drury if they hurry. Nice job blocking the pass there. That was number 16 for the Hawks, George Bowler, to get in a skate out.
Looked like it was Ben Olsen who got that poke check there, actually. That might have been. He's been great with the stick.
Puck in the defensive zone of Drury now. Icing waved off here as it went off the stick of a Jayhawk, or a stick of a Panther, excuse me. This is Cartwright with it. Cartwright dumps it. Going to pick it up again after a battle in the boards. Cartwright trying to skate it out the blue line. He does. He finds Warner. Warner for Behan. Behan, though, lets it slip by him. Breyer gets to it, tries to clear it out. Nice job by Salonpaw holding the blue line here. Salonpaw rings around enough for Olsen to go out of his own net and play it. Leave it for Zach Zadakis. 4:45 and counting to go in the second period of action alongside Jack Maurice. I'm Ryan Cartman in an 8-3 game, folks. You're looking at the scoreboard right. 8-3 hockey game. Here's a shot right there in front of the net. That is Caleb Limpert with it, trying to knock it home on Ben Olsen, but nothing working for him. Here comes the Jayhawks still away. This is Gerber. Gerber dangles. Gerber loses the puck. Shot on there by House and push, and it's going to be a delayed penalty called here going against Drury. Looks like we're going to get a cross check here. What a wild, wild game we had. There's too much stuff to keep up with.
Yeah, right as we got back to 5-on-5 hockey, it is again a Jayhawks power play. And I'm not trying to complain, but it's 9:47, and there is still 4 minutes left of the period. We still have the entire third period to play. This has been madness. I mean, you can definitely tell that DU, I don't want to say has lost a pep in their step, but a lot of their physicality has kind of gone away after that big penalty mishap here. But, I mean, this has just been an absolute mess of a game. But if you're still the Jayhawks, you're not disappointed. It's 8-3.
So Brady Kangas goes to sit for 2 minutes for a minor. Looks like it was a cross-check, I think they called. A second cross-check of the night for Kangas. Second cross-checking minor, I should say, as Drury wants to face off. They dump it down immediately. Olsen able to get to it. This is Duso. Wraps around his own net as the Jayhawks power play looks to get set. They're 3 for 4 tonight. Special teams proven well for the Jayhawks. 3 for 4 on the power play. They even have a shorthanded goal. This is Brett Siddons now with it. The first power play unit out for the Hawks. Siddons, and Nelson. Brett Siddons dangles. Brett Siddons loses the puck, and it'll go all the way back to Ben Olsen. He's going to opt off the play as this puck stays in the face-off circle.
Seems like the Jayhawks here are just trying to waste out the time here, try and get a good overall team break for the intermission.
Tyler Nelson with it. He streaks down the right side. Nelson will wrap around. Tyler Nelson holding on to it. Nelson for Brett Siddons. Brett Siddons back to Tyler Nelson. Tyler Nelson, Deke. Nelson finds Nessa. Nessa saved there by Limpert. Another rebound opportunity for the Jayhawks goes wide. Nessa with the puck on the stick. Here's Duso. Duso shot.
Oh!
He scores! Caleb Duso. A hat trick for the captain.
Anybody want to throw their hat on the ice? Caleb Duso. Snipe. What else? He's just been amazing. It is now 9-3 Jayhawks.
9-3 Jayhawks. Caleb Duso, his second power play goal of the night. Jayhawks overall, their 4th power play goal of the night. And Jack, the only thing you hope now is that they don't waste all the scoring and find it hard to score tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, this has just been insane today. This is just 36 shots on goal by the Jayhawks. I mean, already that's crazy. To Drury's 21. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Denver. But, I mean, this is basically just Denver and actual NCAA. So, I mean, no difference here. It's been an amazing game.
Puck behind the net now of Limpert. Here's Bullard with it. Bullard leaves it for Lamb. Lamb shot on by Aiden Siddons. Save there by Limpert. 2:46 to go in the second. Really, you got to feel bad for Limpert in a way. I mean, 4 for 5, or I should say 1 for 5 on the penalty kill, giving up 4 power play goals. You know, I mean, Limpert can do some, but, man, his penalty kill not helping him out too much tonight.
He's just been getting shelled tonight. I can't even really blame him. I mean, he'll probably get a rest tomorrow. They'll want to switch out to a different goalie, but he's just been getting shelled today. That's the best way to put it.
Nice glove hand save there by Limpert off a ringer from Jackson Fisher. Face-off staves to the right of Limpert. 38 shots on goal for the Hawks. 21 for the Panthers from Drury University out in Springfield, Missouri. And speaking of Springfield, about, 3 hours away from here, Jack, Springfield?
Yeah, I'd probably say.
And their fans, they've showed up pretty well tonight, I will say. We got a good crowd tonight, I'm not going to lie. Lots of people having fun, people getting food. And so we got another little massive mess going on here. Some pushing and shoving going on, a little slashing and cross-checking. It's been the theme all night. Luke Lamb lays a hit down. And
there we go.
Here's a hand pass, and here we go again. Both men going down the ice, a little squirming going down there. Man, a little wrestling match, like when you're 5 or 6-year-old wrestling with your brother. Looks just like that out here. Trying to see who got tangled up. It was Schubert and Kangas yet again. Brady Kangas is playing physical tonight. He is hot-headed, and he's not going to the box. Are they going to, are they just, they're just calling a penalty on Zach Schubert. So Schubert's going to sit for 2 for a rough, I want to say.
I can't even lie. Schubert was kind of instigating that there. I could completely understand not wanting to take that, but, I mean, that was just kind of a little ridiculous. But the Jayhawks are on the penalty kill. Once again, we will see what's going to happen after this one here.
Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Trying to add a goal here to give them some momentum going into the third period. They'll have the most of the second period to score on this power play opportunity. Well, 24 seconds will be remaining when this power play expires, barring a power play goal from the Panthers. We reached a 2-minute mark of play here in the second period, and boy, oh boy, it feels like we've played about 2 hockey games tonight so far, and we're not even into the third period. This is Stagel carrying it. Stagel is the first power playing it out for the Panthers. As Kangas goes down in the net of Olsen, he just lost an edge there. No need for any blood to be boiled over there, any tension to be spilled. Looks like Ness is just going to tell Kangas, hey, man, you've been aggressive tonight. Watch out. That's my goalie, but nothing going to happen from that one.
Honestly, if you're playing right now, your main goal has just got to be don't get hurt. There is still another game to play tomorrow before these two teams. If you're DU, you're going to want to recoup, try and not get yourself in too much trouble here, and get yourself ready for the next game tomorrow here at Evan Health Sports Park.
And I'm just looking at the benches of both teams right now. KU with their heads up, Drury with their heads up too, but just a little slumped, a little dejected right now. And hey, I would feel the same way too. We've seen KU with a couple of tough games this year when they've looked the same way that Drury looks right now. And you just got to get up tomorrow morning and you got another game to play. But hey, who knows what can happen here? You can build some momentum. I mean, we've seen way crazier things happen in hockey than a 6-goal lead. I mean, think about Miracle in Manchester for the Kings back against the Oilers in the playoffs back in the 80s. I mean, anything can happen, folks.
I don't really want to see that happen.
I don't want to see it either, but I'm not gonna.
Don't jinx it, Ryan. You've already spoken it into existence.
I'm just gonna say there's still a lot of hockey to go here. Still another 23 minutes or so to go. Here is Kyle entering the zone. Kyle dumps it for Salonpas. Salonpas loses handle of it, but regains control. Salonpas in the near corner. Bizant now going for it. Under a minute to go now in this second period. Trying to hold the blue line there was Limper, but it went off his stick. Drury going to have to retreat here on the power play. Malcolm Johnson able to clear. He finds a streaking Tyler Nelson. Can Nelson get some room? He does. Tyler Nelson forehand.
Oh.
He can't get it to go. He lost an edge there. Jayhawk bench looking for a trip against Garrett Limpert, the goalie, but I think Nelson just lost an edge there, went a little too fast and wasn't trying to blow up Garrett Limpert, because if he blew up Garrett Limpert, Jack, I don't even know what would have happened there.
Oh, it would be, yeah, that would probably go the rest of the period here.
Power play over for Drury as Zach Schubert comes out of the box. He's going to go straight to the bench. 5-on-5 for the final 19 seconds of the second period. Puck along the near board. Zach Roberts looking for somebody. He finds Luke Lamb with it. Lamb now trying to find Nelson. Can't. Under 10 to go in the period. Ben Olsen has a hold of it. Nessa behind his net, and Jayhawks just going to let this period expire, and frankly, that's the right decision. And, Jack, I'm happy they made that decision because I need a breather.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. It is now 9:55, almost 10 o'clock here, and we still have a whole other period to play. This is insane. It is 9-3 Jayhawks here, just having an absolute banger of a game.
Jack, I didn't even realize what time it was. 9:55. I mean, this game's going to go over. This game's going to go well past the 2-hour mark. And I didn't think we'd be saying this late, but hey, when you got penalties upon penalties and wrestling matches upon wrestling matches, this is what you get. So Jayhawks, 9 goals heading into second intermission. Drury with 3 of their own. I don't even remember who all these goals came from. I'm going to try my best here, folks. Drury got 2 goals this last period. It was Riley O'Connor and Brady Kangas. Kangas netting his 6th. O'Connor netting his 9th. Folks, in the middle of it, we had a Caleb Dussault hat trick, too. I mean, what more can this game have? But we have a Caleb Dussault hat trick for the Jayhawks. Who else got goals? Brett Siddons got a power play goal. Lang got another goal. Gerber got a goal as well. I mean, folks, it's goals galore here in Overland Park as the Jayhawks are pouring it on now in Overland Park. But Jack, really quickly before we head to intermission break, you think? I think this bad blood is going to spoil over. I don't see any reason that will stop now.
There is absolutely no chance that this is not the exact same game tomorrow. I mean, this is going to be an.
I'm just talking about
best.
this next period.
Oh,
I think this next period is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be even worse. There's just.
I see the refs out there, and I bet they're talking to each other saying, we got to stop this right now, or else this is gonna get bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I can see this going one or two ways. First way is that it's just going to be more of the same. There's a chance it could be worse, and we could start seeing some ejections here. Or they're probably just going to want to be done. They're down 9-3. It's already 10 o'clock. They all want to go home.
And that's what's the thing. If you get a game misconduct, that's a suspension for the game tomorrow, and you don't want that to happen. So I think if you're Brett Lothen for Drury, Andy McConnell for the KU, you're telling your players, hey, stop it. There's a lot of bad blood already. I like the physicality, like the aggressiveness. I say you keep going for it, but you got to play smart and make sure you don't get yourself a game misconduct, because when that happens, that's a suspension for tomorrow, and frankly, you're not going to have a happy coach either. So we'll head into the second intermission break, folks. 38 shots on goal for KU, 21 for Drury, giving 9 goals for the Jayhawks, 3 for the Panthers. What a 2 periods it's been. Feels like it's been 2 games. We're going to head to intermission here in Overland Park. Keep it right here on the KU Hockey YouTube channel. Back inside Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk for some third period action between your Jayhawks and the Drury Panthers. Jayhawks up 9-3 right now, tripling up Drury out of Springfield, Missouri. Before I bring up anything happening in this game, we can bring up a lot of ugly stuff that has gone on between these two teams, but the biggest positive I want to bring up is, boy, have the fans been loud tonight? Have they been energetic tonight? And, man, they have made this a fun hockey game. Lots of people showing up, lots of people near us and around us, just people just enjoying some KU hockey. That's what I love about this facility. Just a great place for families to hang out, people to hang out, and just have a good time watching your KU Jayhawks play some hockey. So make sure to come on out to Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk if you haven't yet. Last home game of the regular season is tomorrow for your Jayhawks. Well, with all the pleasantries out of the way, Jack, I think it's time to touch on the ugly. And the ugly is
everything.
We've had a lot of roughing penalties tonight, and just a lot of penalties in general.
Well, the one thing that I will say is that after, during the intermission there, you could kind of see the refs and the linesmen were all talking for a very, very long time. They were talking until the Zamboni came on, kind of in the middle there in front of the benches. I'm sure they had a long conversation about how they were going to approach this last period. But I believe that they are probably going to start. They're going to start calling a whole lot more here, and I think that they're going to start handing out misconducts. I think it's going to be their way of keeping the game out of control and try to limit it to minimum.
Yeah, I see some majors, some misconducts maybe. We'll find out as we're ready to drop the puck here for the start of the third period. It's first line out for the Jayhawks. First line out for the Panthers. We're underway here. 20 minutes to go in Overland Park, Kansas. Rung around the boards there by Blake Kern. He finds Nelson. Nelson looking to lead Duso. He finally gets to it. Here's Caleb now. Caleb shot on. Kicked aside there by Limpert.
No, we actually do have a change in net. We have Dylan Gons in the net for DU.
You're right. Thank you for pointing that out to me, Jack. We do have a change in net. It is not Dylan Limpert anymore. It's not Garrett Limpert. It is Dylan Gons. Last time Gons was played, it was his only game, at least according to my stats, his only game of the season, and it was last week against Northern Illinois. Went 29 for 32, gave up 3 goals in a win. And yes, it is. That was his first game, first start, too, of the season. So the young freshman netminder for the Panthers is going to be in for the last 20 minutes of this game as Garrett Limpert gets, a break. I think Brett Lothan is trying to clear his head.
I think it's great for him to just get some more reps in. This has already been a pretty ugly game. He might end up playing tomorrow depending on how he performs, or we might get Cade Henderson, also a freshman from Brentwood, Tennessee. We could also see him in net tomorrow, but you never know what it's going to look like.
Yep, Drury brought all 3 of their goalies here, Garrett Limpert, Dylan Gons, and Cade Henderson. Limpert's taken the chunk of the starts due to him being a junior and, playing some really good hockey as well. Faced off to the left of Gons, won by the Panthers, but turned over. It's Roberts. Roberts will dump it behind the net of Gons. Do so there. They're not going to call a trip, I think. I think Kyle just lost an edge on that one. Hearn goes to retrieve the puck behind the net of Olsen. Getting pressured off. He'll leave it for Roberts. Roberts rings it around the boards. Get into it is Crow, but he turns it over. This is Tyler Nelson. Look at Tyler Nelson go. Tyler Nelson, though, can't get it all the way, so he gets shoved off there by Gons, as well as stoppage on the ice here. Don't know what that stoppage is going to be.
It
exactly.
Was the net came off there for a second. Gons put it back on the post there, but it was already too late.
Well, folks, if you're just joining us, I don't know how we summarize this game for you. I mean, 12 goals is 12 goals for what you see. We had 4 goals in the first period, 8 in the second. And like we said when we first came into this third period broadcast, a lot of fighting, wrestling, brouhahas, whatever you want to call it, as icing waved off here, went off the stick of a Jayhawk. Big hit there laid on Aiden Nelson. He goes down, hit supplied by Salonpa. Puck along the near boards. This is Limpert with it. Limpert turns it over to Nelson. Aiden Siddons. Siddons with it. Got the puck shot right into his chest, trying to clear it out there. That was Crow, and here comes Crow with it. Crow shot on, gloved aside by Olsen, and he'll hold on to it. But when we go back to summarize this game, 4 goals in the first, 8 in the second. Caleb Dussault actually only has 2 goals tonight, not 3, excuse me. I miscounted correctly. It's really difficult to hear our PA announcer here, and they don't have a scoreboard to put the goals up. So we're just doing our best for how many goals are scored. But, yeah, it's just been feels like we've been playing 3 games already, folks. But we're still here with you, and we're still bringing just under 18 minutes of hockey. So we'll see what happens here in this final period of play.
I've been kind of surprised a little bit here. I thought that DU was going to kind of settle down here, try not to be as physical, just kind of let the game play, but they have still been shoving, and, yeah, it is still getting pretty ugly for them.
Antonio Cordova tries to weave in to the KU zone. He can't. Big hit late on Zdakis there. He goes down. This is Fisher. Fisher, though, gets turned over. It is Behan with it. Zdakis, he was able to get back up, and he plays that puck in neutral ice. This is Jackson Fisher. Jayhawks are 2-on-1 if they hurry, but they cannot. Shot on goal. Wristed above the net of Gons. This is Fisher now. Fisher in the third line out for the Hawks. Puck hits the ref, trying to find Lamb. Lamb, though, still able to get to it either way. Luke Lamb with it getting pressured. Shot on, goes wide of the net of Gons. Near boards now. This is Bullard. Bullard's shot gets blocked before it can get to the net. As puck goes out on neutral ice, racing for it is Zdakis and Stagel. Stagel gets to it. Stagel shoots. Saved by Olsen. 16:40 to go here in this final period of play.
You could already tell there, look, Zdakis was just getting bullied over in center ice, just taking hit after hit. Kind of surprised at the refs. I'm genuinely surprised from how much they were talking. I kind of expected them to be a lot less or a lot more disciplined on the players here, kind of handing out some more penalties or being a little more severe, but they have just really let them play. No penalties so far, 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the game.
Face off to the right of Olsen, won by O'Connor. Turned over now. Here come the Hawks. They're 2-on-1 if they can get to it, but House and Push can't get to it. Drury able to poke it off his stick. Here's Gerber with it now. Gerber, House and Push the senior skinny. Big hit laid on there by Crow. Farboards, this is Crow with it again, the freshman out of Springfield, playing for his hometown university. Icing called here as Schubert gets to that puck, and it'll go all the way back to the net of Gons.
We are still getting lots of collisions there. It didn't look like that was quite intentional. Looked more like a run in there, but again, Jayhawks are getting lots of opportunities already. I'm sure that they're looking to get number 10 on the board.
Talk to Connor Brace during intermission, a KU forward who's a manager right now, reserved for the Jayhawks, and he was just telling me the message during this intermission from head coach Andy McConnell for Jayhawks. We'll get to that actually in a second. Gerber's shot, rebound opportunity for House and Push. Can't get to it as circling behind the net is Stagel. So as I was saying before KU decided to come up with that goal-scoring opportunity, Brace said that head coach Andy McConnell for the Hawks, his statement as puck was played with the high stick there was, don't start anything. You know, if Drury's going after you, don't start anything. Don't get yourself kicked out. Don't get injured. But, you know, don't back down either. Don't let them bully you. So we'll see how that mindset plays out for the Jayhawks for the next 15 and a half minutes of this hockey game.
It's about finding that balance there, still putting yourself in the game, being present, but not overcommitting or doing too much here. Ruin yourself for tomorrow.
O'Connor tries to find Limpert. They can't connect as that puck now goes up into the netting. We'll have another stoppage on the ice. This time face-off coming to the net of Olsen.
Already having some great moments here. Jayhawks offense is still buzzing. They're picking up right where they left off. It does not matter that they are up 6. They are still pressing, they're still pushing, and they're still dangling around the DU defense here.
Face-off to the right of Olsen. Taken by Salonpaw for the Panthers. He loses it. Jayhawks have feels like at least an advantage in the face-off game. And now here's Tyler Nelson. Nelson on the breakaway. Tyler Nelson, forehand, backhand, forehand. He can't get it to go through. How does that not get in behind the net of Dylan Gons? I do not know.
It looks like he might have, I don't want to say push off a little bit there, but I could have sworn he had him beat. I'm watching the replay here on our second screen. Yeah, it did look like that when Gons was going in on the right there, Looks like he moved off the net there as he was doing that, getting a lucky break on that.
I think Nelson just got it off the leg pad of Gauntz. He couldn't get it elevated. Nice save, though, by Dylan Gauntz, kicking out that left leg pad, keeping this a 6-goal deficit. Dylan Gauntz, so far, these first 5 minutes, looking really good. The freshman out of Springfield. Malcolm Johnson in the far corner. He'll try to clear it out to Nelson. Nelson now, seems like Tyler Nelson's trying to cherry pick and have some fun. Johnson again for Nelson. Nelson, some more cherry picking from him. Tyler Nelson showing off the speed. Look at him go. Tyler Nelson gets pushed out the puck. Comes out to do so. Do so at the blue line. Tries to dump it into the corner. Kernet gets to it. Here's Crow. Crow bangs off the backboards. Now finds stick of Schmitz. Schmitz tries for a pass up to Rob, but they can't connect. It'll be an icing going against the Panthers.
That's really what this game has been, is just icing after icing. It's definitely gone much quicker. We've already been going through the game, just keeping it going. But, yeah, lots of icings, lots of stoppages to play with that. But otherwise, it's just been a pretty tame game in comparison to what we had that second period.
Face off to the right of Gons. Going to be taken by Brett Siddons for KU. Tyler Salampaw for the Panthers. Salampaw with the puck after winning the face-off. He's won a couple in a row now. Puck in front of the net. Feeney with it, gets pushed off. Aiden Siddons had it on the stick for a second, lost control. Nesta along the near boards. Pushes it up to Feeney. Feeney will skate back and retreat to the blue line. He gets tripped up. Jayhawks going to be on the delay penalty here. Drury able to touch up. It'll be a 6th power play opportunity of the night, according to my notes, for KU.
Just, what are you doing, man? Already first penalty of the third here, 6:07 in. But, oh, man, that's just the easiest penalty that you could call, right in front of the ref, too. I feel like that they've been a little bit more lenient. They've just been letting stuff go here, but, yeah, you can't do that.
So it's Caleb Limpert. He's going to go sit for 2 for a minor trip. His second minor trip of the night. Second penalty, second minor trip. Shot on there. Rebound opportunity. Couldn't make it home was Aiden Nelson. Here's Duso now with it. He's at the blue line. He gets it in behind the net of Gons. Here is Aiden Siddons with it. Siddons one-hands it to Nessa. Nessa back to Nelson. It'll ring around the boards instead. Trying to get it to it is Nelson, but getting it first is Kyle for the moment, as we're now in a little bit of a logjam here along the near boards. Both teams still not giving up the fight. Tyler Nelson, he'll circle around twice. Nelson being ever so patient, waiting for a lane. Tyler Nelson still trying to find a lane. He'll dump it to Nessa instead. Nessa shot, kick save. Do so slapper. Nice glove save by Dylan Gons. Luke Nessa with it. He'll try to dump it in front of the net of Gons. Nobody home. Nice job by Nessa to keep it in along the blue line as there's a minute to go on the minor penalty to Limpert. Jayhawks 4 for 5 on the power play tonight, looking to make it a sweet 5 for 6. Brett Siddons dangles. Nessa had it. Nelson goes for the head. Tyler Nelson, he scores! Tyler Nelson, the Jayhawks' 5th power play goal of the night.
And that is 10-3 there. Not really much. Brett Siddons putting him to sleep there with that night-night celly. But, again, it really seemed like Tyler Nelson was just toying with him there. Looks like he just wanted to go around, dangle, see how much he could do as we swag and we surf.
So puck comes out to center ice. Trying to get my count, folks, on who has the goals.
Having some issues with the score bug there. Wasn't compatible with the double-digit goals on that.
Haven't seen a double-digit game this yet, at least at home, for the Jayhawks. Puck behind the net of Limpert. Or of Gons, excuse me. Jayhawks retreat it. Schubert with it. Schubert banks it off the skate of Behan, and it goes to the corner boards. This is Fisher. Fisher tries to tuck it in. Blocker side can't. Gons sticking strong to his post. Hearn gets a shot on goal. Deflected, I think, on the way to the net. Therefore, he has to make a little bit of an awkward save, but he gets to it either way.
Not much more you could ask for from there. Love seeing some of these guys get some more ice time, get them in it. I don't know. I love to see it, honestly.
All right, folks. So trying to get everything cleared up here. I said Duso had a hat trick. Turns out Woolington got credit for one of those goals I thought Duso got. So it's Woolington with 2 goals, Duso with 2 goals, and Tyler Nelson with a goal in the zone. The first line combined for the Jayhawks. 5 goals tonight. Of course, some of those came on the power play, so it's a power play unit instead of the first line. But either way, the men on the first line for the Jayhawks, they got 5 goals combined tonight. Near boards for the Jayhawks as we cross the 12-minute mark to play. This is Salonpaw with it. Salonpaw rings it around for Bizant. Bizant back to Salonpaw. At least he attempts to. Can't connect as Jayhawks look to come on the rush. 3-on-2 for the Hawks. This is Fisher with it. Fisher loses control of the puck. Kyle pokes it to the sideboards. Fisher and Kyle going at it along the boards. Puck squeaks out again. Here's a little bit of a start of a fight there, looked like for a second. Salonpaw and Lamb, but they settle down very quickly. There's Salonpaw and Fisher, or Bullard, excuse me. Naming everybody on the third line but Bullard. Here's Hearn to neutralize. Hearn circles around for his defensive partner in Schubert. Schubert cross ice for, looks to be Bullard. It was, as the Jayhawks third line goes for a line change. Fourth line out now for KU. Centering pass, Lang just out of his reach. Had an open net if that was on his stick. Along the near boards, Lang fighting for it with O'Connor. O'Connor wins the battle. O'Connor, puck back to him. O'Connor feeds it up to, at least attempted to feed it up to Limpert. Couldn't, and this puck ends up in the netting. Face-off coming to neutral ice.
Love to see Schubert getting some reps out there. Haven't seen him a lot the first half of the game, but it's good to see him getting out there, getting some good touches. He's had a great third period. As we get a face-off here in neutral zone facing the DU offensive zone. As we go in, Zadakis with the puck here, moving it up.
KU wins that face-off. They're taking a bite of a chocolate bar. Need something to stay awake here. It's a late night in Overland Park, 10:28 local time here. As the glove of Gerber comes off, he was trying to go in. Actually, it wasn't Gerber's glove. It was a glove of number 13, Antonio Cordova, as he tries to pick it up. Johnson meets in. His stick gets thrown away. How is that not a penalty called there against the Panthers? I didn't see through the stick, but the Panthers through the stick of Malcolm Johnson, not called. Puck in the center of the ice now. Jayhawks get it off the stick of the Panthers. Big hit laid on behind the boards here, and that's exactly what the Jayhawks didn't want. And we are going to get some action here. Head coach for the Hawks, Andy McConnell, has his face in his palm right now. Just a dumb hit, unnecessary. That's all I got to say about that one. That was Malcolm Johnson.
Ooh,
He's
yeah.
been aggressive tonight. We've seen his physicality tonight, and that's got to be a 5-minute boarding. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he's going to the box. I thought they would give him a misconduct,
I thought he'd be done. The way that this game has been, I'm surprised that he wasn't done. That was just completely unnecessary.
Look, and I'm a huge Jayhawk fan. Don't worry, I love this team, but that was. That was just
You're up 7, man.
Unnecessary penalty. And now we got an injured Panther behind the boards, and that's the last thing we need. A 7-goal deficit. Somebody getting injured. Just
not what we needed.
Unnecessary from Malcolm Johnson. So he's standing for now. Don't know if the refs aren't talking about. So it looks like they've made up their minds about what they're going to give him. I expect it has to be a 5-minute board to go against him.
Honestly amazed that they didn't call out a misconduct. It's good to see him walking here.
So it looks like who got hit. That was number 16, Richard Bazant, the freshman defenseman out of Clearwater, Florida. Started at left wing tonight on that first line.
Blowing a kiss to the Jayhawks bench. Who does he think he is, bud? But good to see him up and moving.
So it looks like he has his helmet off.
It looks like
in his bench. He's walking around, though, so it looks like he will be fine, barring hopefully he doesn't have a concussion or anything.
If I were him, I would. It looks like he's going to get checked out by their trainer here, but might be for the best as he goes down to the locker room here. Hopefully he is okay.
He will go back with it. Looks like to be nobody's going back with him. Just he's going back himself to the locker room, probably for the best. Okay, so they have Luke Ness's number up on the scoreboard right now. That's not right, and they don't have any time up on the scoreboard for the penalty either. So something's not right. Our head ref's going to skate to the scorer's box and see. Okay, looks like he put his hand up. Looked like a 5. So I'm guessing it's going to be a 5-minute board.
Not a chance that's not a 5.
Against Malcolm Johnson. And again, love this team. I love them, but man, can't take it. Can't have that. Yep, there it is. Malcolm Johnson with the major. I'm guessing if I had to guess, it's going to be a board. Bassant's numbers, I'm trying to remember who it was. Yeah, Bassant's numbers were showing clearly a defenseless player at the time playing for the puck. And
I'm surprised that they're not making it Lamore. I'm surprised that's not a misconduct. You can't do that, man.
Well, play starts again. Face up to the left of the net of Olsen. And along the blue line, it is Schmitz with the puck. This is the 4th power play opportunity of the night for the Panthers. Shot on there by O'Connor. Blocked by Olsen, and the rebound will get played out by the Jayhawks behind the net of Gons. Skating up to the ice now. Here is Cordova, and it's going to be offsides here against the Panthers.
I mean, you can totally tell by the mood of the game here. The audience is quiet. The players are quiet. They are just ready to get this over with here.
And Jack, don't worry, I love goals. I want to see Jayhawks score a ton more goals. I want to see a lot of more goals in this game, but at the same time, you got to realize that player safety comes first, and not getting any dumb penalties, which we saw. And obviously, we just saw Richard Bazant getting injured. So if there's a way they could just end this game now, I know they won't, and I don't think they should. But if there's some way where guys just stop trying to kill each other out there, I think that's for the better. But here's a save there by Ben Olsen. Trying to go 5-hole was a Panther. Ben Olsen, though, not giving anything up. 4:08 to go on the major to Malcolm Johnson, as he sits for what we think is a board. You couldn't hear that announcement, though, from our PA.
9:19 left in the game. Jayhawks are up 10-3. Jayhawks shooting 41 shots on net to DU's 25. This game has been one big shootout, and I can't believe that we get to watch this team play again tomorrow. See what changes between this game and the last.
Cordova feeds it to Kyle. Kyle behind the boards to O'Connor. Back to Kyle. Here is Salonpa. Salonpa tries to go across ice to Bazant. This is Kyle with it now. Kyle can't keep it in as this puck's going to come out. Was it Bazant who got injured? I thought it was. If not, he's – unless I'm reading the number. No, I read the – no, yeah, wasn't that Bazant, I thought?
It was not.
Shot
it was
on
Caleb
there.
Limpert who went
Saved
back to
by
the
Olsen.
locker room.
Who was it?
Caleb Limpert.
It was Limpert, number 26.
He went back to the locker room.
Number 26. Not 6. I had 60 in my mind. 26, Caleb Limpert.
He's been shelled today. It looks like that he is back out there on the bench in full gear. Looks like he is all good. He's really had a game today.
As we have a minor penalty coming. It's going to be a hooking call to Travis Breyer. So Panthers going to go 5-on-3 for the first time tonight. Great opportunity for them. They got 2 minutes of 5-on-3 hockey. And then they'll still have a minute 31 of power play time remaining if they can't score on this 5-on-3. So this is a great way to get momentum on your side for tomorrow if you're the Panthers. This is Stagel with it. Stagel to Schmidt. Schmidt shot on goal. He scores. Tips off the glove of Ben Olsen. A shot he should have had. Tips off the top of his glove. And the Panthers finally get a power play goal tonight on their 4th power play opportunity. Make them 1 for 4 tonight on the man advantage.
We still have 3 minutes and 20 seconds of 5-on-4 hockey, though, as we still have Malcolm Johnson serving that 5-minute major here. The game is now 10-4, and DU has just made the deficit from 7-6.
So that was Caleb Schmitz on the goal. His 6th goal of this 2024-2025 campaign for the Panthers. Here is Stagel getting in. Stagel for O'Connor. O'Connor shot on goal. Saved and kicked aside by Olsen. O'Connor, though, gets his own rebound. O'Connor patient in the corner. This is Schmitz. Schmitz to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Schmitz at the blue line. Schmitz fires on. Deflected in front of the net of Olsen. Still able to save it. Nice job by Ben as it's a 10-4 hockey game now. Or still.
Still going on here. I mean, the only thing I got to wonder if I'm Malcolm Johnson, if I just ride the bench for the rest of the game here. That's going to be pretty bad with him coming out. Again, this DU team is motivated. They are still playing their hearts out here. They do not have any quit. But if I'm Malcolm Johnson, I'm not getting back up there. He's definitely going to have to deal with the repercussions either today or tomorrow.
This is Bizant. Bizant rings around the boards looking for a teammate, but Olsen dangerously went to play it out of his net, decided to retreat instead. Good job by him. Here's Tyler Nelson trying to cherry pick. Jayhawks are 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nelson, do so. Caleb, do so. Shot on, saved by Gomes. Looks like he might have got dragged down there by Bizant. Nothing called as Drury now comes the other way. This is Behan. Behan back to Kyle. Kyle tried to feed it to Werner, but it went off his stick. Here is Tyler Nelson. Tyler Nelson tries to dangle, and fans and players looking for a call. Nothing called there. Tyler Nelson looked like he got collided with.
That was absolutely a trip. That was horrible by the ref. Looking at him there, he was dead-eye watching him there. I imagine the refs are just not going to be keen on trying to call a lot of stuff here, but that could have easily been a tripping call there. I have no idea what was going on. Tyler Nelson just absolutely toying with DU tonight.
Stagel. Schmitz shot. Saved by Olsen. Almost gave it the rebound, but covered it up in time. Minute 39 to go on the major to Malcolm Johnson. Face off to the left of Olsen, won by the Panthers. Schmitz trying to find Stagel, but went off his stick. I think he took his head off the puck just before it got to his stick. Trying to clear it out with his Jayhawks. They can. Nice job to keep it in by Drury. Trying to clear it out again. It was Zadakis, but went off the stick or the skate of his fellow teammate. Finally, the Jayhawks able to clear it out. Here is the Jayhawk. Shot on, swinging and miss there by, looks to be George Bullard. It was. Bullard had a breakaway opportunity on Gons, but just couldn't get the puck on the stick. He had a lot of dangling to do if he could get that on the stick. Here's Schubert now behind the net. Zach Schubert seen a lot more playing time in this third period due to this 6-goal deficit, or 6-goal lead, I should say, the Jayhawks have. 6-goal deficit for Drury.
Love getting to see some Schubert time out there.
This is Stagel. Stagel's shot goes wide of net. Kangas picks it up. Kangas now feeds it to Kyle. Kyle's shot didn't get through. Lamb blocked it in front. Kyle with it now. Anson Kyle, the sophomore out of Cochrane, Alberta. Caleb Schmitz now as the Panthers look to run their 5-on-4 offense for the next 25 seconds until Johnson comes out of the box. 5-minute major against him. Going hard into the boards there was Schmitz. Puck along the near boards now. Played by KU. That's Zadakis. Here's a little physicality being shown by both teams right now. Shot on there by Stagel and saved aside, I should say. Rebound given up by Olsen. Penalty to Johnson expires. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey with over 5 minutes to go in this crazy, wild ride of a game we've had. There's not enough adjectives, I think, in a dictionary to explain what we've watched tonight. Alongside Jack Maurice, I'm Ryan Cartman with you from Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. It's been a long game, about over 2 hours since we've dropped the puck. Shot on there by Nessa. Saved and rebounded. Rebound lit up by Gons. Dylan Gons only giving up 1 goal in the 16 minutes almost he's been in this game. Came in third period in relief for starting goaltender Garrett Limpert. Tyler Nelson in the corner. Nelson as Breyer. Breyer tried to center it, couldn't. Or it's Gerber, excuse me, and here comes Drury's other way. This is Rob with it. Rob cross ice looking for Cartwright a little out in front of him. Getting control of the puck now behind the net. Was Drury for a second, but Jayhawks coming the other way. This is Tyler Nelson. Jayhawks 3-on-2 if they rush. Tyler Nelson has to do so if he wants it. Nelson tries to go forehand backhand. Poked aside, though, by Gons. Nice play by the freshman netminder. Nessa with it. Tries to bring it around the boards, but it was stopped a little bit by Salampaw. Slowed it down. Stagel finds Kernet to Cartwright. Cartwright turns it over in neutral ice. This is Luke Nessa with it now for the Hawks. Luke Nessa feeds it to Duso. Duso along the far corner. Tries to find Nessa. Can't. Big hit put on the boards there. And it's the Panthers coming the other way. Here is Cartwright with it. Cartwright will dump it in behind the net. And it's Kangas to pick up the change. Kangas battling with Breyer. Kangas able to feed it off to a teammate. That looks to be Warner. Warner behind the boards looking for Kangas, but Duso gets to it first, and he'll push it aside for Breyer. Breyer slings it up ice off the stick of Nelson and into the Drury bench. We'll have a stoppage with just over 3 minutes to go in this final frame to play.
I do want to give a big shout out to Caleb Limpert on Drury, though. He has absolutely battled today. He has been battered. He's gotten hit with a puck, had to come off the ice in the first period, and then getting that big hit again, and he still comes out to that bench. Absolute props to them. He's been an amazing player so far this game, and it's good to see him back out there and doing
Face
okay.
off to the left of Olsen, won by the Panthers. There was a shot there by Stagel, saved, but the rebound given up by Olsen. Drury with control of the puck right now, but they turn it over to KU in their own offensive zone. Headman pass for Brett Siddons off his stick. Jayhawks trying to regain control of it. They do. It's Feeney along the near boards. John Feeney dangling with the puck. This is Brett Siddons now. Brett wraps it around for his brother Aiden, but intercepting it first is Zon Warner. Aiden going at it with a Panther, and the Panthers get to it. We're going to have a penalty called here, delayed against the Jayhawks. This is O'Connor with it. Riley O'Connor as 6 man's out for the Panthers. O'Connor tries to dangle. Still not touched by the Jayhawks. Jayhawks got to touch this puck. Riley O'Connor behind the board. He gets tripped up, it looked like, but they're not going to call it. But either way, Panthers going to go on the power play. Looks like we're going to get a hold here called against KU.
I think it was on Malcolm Johnson here again. Right out the
ref's trying to point out who they won, and nobody knows.
They are pointing to Malcolm Johnson. They want him back in there.
So it is a high stick. Excuse me, not a trip, a high stick going against Malcolm Johnson. You were right, Jack. So Malcolm Johnson, he's got 7 penalty minutes in this period. Hasn't seen much of the ice because he's taking a 5-minute major and a minor now for a high stick. But really, this book's been written, closed, shut, and sealed since we entered the second intermission.
Yeah, not really much he could have done about that. That was just, he comes right back out. He's trying to get the puck off the defender in the neutral zone, and he hits him right in the head with the high stick.
Face off to the left of Olsen. Won by KU as they dump it in. Gollins goes out to play it to the side of his net, leaves it for Salonpa. We've reached 2 minutes to go in this third period. Jayhawks up 10-4. Yes, you heard that right, 10-4 over the Drury Panthers. Here is Behan. Behan to Salonpa. Salonpa loses control. Here comes Jayhawks shorthanded. They already have one tonight. Do so with it. Do so well, probably think for the better and just dump it in, and he'll let the penalty kill reset. Kyle with it. Trying to find Salonpa, but instead getting it will be Behan for the Panthers. Behan turns it over neutral ice. It's Do so. Feeds it back to Roberts. Hearn. Hearn trying to find Nelson. I don't know if Nelson was looking for it, if he was just going to let it go, but either way, doesn't matter. A minute to go on this power play for the Panthers.
Looks like they're just going to probably try and let this run out as much as they can here. A lot of pushing and shoving near the end, especially with Tyler Nelson. A couple of the Drury guys had some words for him.
O'Connor circles around. Under a minute to go in this final period of play. This is Schmitz with it. Shot on there by Stagel. Turned aside by Olsen. O'Connor to Stagel. Stagel finds O'Connor again. O'Connor's shot sticked aside by Olsen. Finds its way into neutral ice. Schmitz now carries the puck up ice. Caleb Schmitz trying to move around Zadakis. He'll instead opt to pass it back to Stagel. Stagel shot on goal. Saved by Olsen. And Zach Schubert and looks to be Antonio Cordova wanted to get tangled up there for a second, but they thought for the better. No need to do any of that stuff anymore when it's a 6-goal game.
It looked more like Schubert was just pushing him off. He was just getting a little too close to Ben Olsen there, hovering over him. Schubert pushing him, saying, back off.
Face off to the right of Olsen. 12 seconds to go on the power play for Drury. It's O'Connor with it in the near corner, far corner, excuse me. Schmitz. Stagel, excuse me, trying to find Schmitz. They can't connect. This is Warner with it. Warner trying to find Schmitz, can't do so as it under 10 seconds to go. KU is going to survive a crazy, wild, wacky hockey game. It is a rock chalk Jayhawk victory for KU in a game that these Jayhawks will not forget for a long, long time.
What a game. That was – we get to watch – this team plays again tomorrow. Both of these teams get a rematch of tonight. It's tomorrow. I don't even know. Yeah.
And you know what happens after that? 2 weekends from now, these teams go at it in Springfield at Brightspeed Ice Park. I'm going to be honest, I don't think they're going to forget what happened this weekend 2 weekends from now. I don't think these teams don't forget that easily, as we see players going in for fist bumps to our referees here. Looks like nothing. Just want to see if anything comes out of this, but looks like it's all going to be good. Everybody's going for fist bumps and handshakes, so good to see that at least at the end of the game. But either way, it's the Jayhawks surviving this wild, wacky game, winning by a score of 10-4 over Drury for the Jayhawks. They had 5 power play goals on the night and a shorthanded one of over half of their goals coming on special teams. You can't be more happy than that if you're the Jayhawks. When we look at the goals, 2 for Dusso, 1 for Nelson, 2 for Willington. That's 5 combined from the first line. On the second line, it was both Siddons brothers, Brett and Aiden, getting a goal, respectively, on the power play. And then it was Jack Gerber getting a goal, his first of the season, and Matthew Lang notching 2 goals this game, getting goals 2 and 3 of this 2024-2025 campaign. Jack, final thoughts from, I'm just going to keep, there's not even enough words in the dictionary to describe what this game was. What's your final thoughts, man?
It's a mess. Easily, this is probably one of the most entertaining games I've watched this season. Absolutely electric. For the viewer, it's great. This is a great game. But for the players, I'm sure that they are battered and bruised, and they are definitely going to need this night to recuperate. Tomorrow, I think Drury's just going to come in and want to get revenge. They're going to come and they're going to want to win this game here at Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk. It is going to be a mess tomorrow. I expect more of the same from here tonight.
And hey, don't forget to mention the broadcasters too. Not an easy game to be a broadcaster as well, trying to decipher this whole game. And we ended at about 10:45 p.m. local time. This game took well over 2 hours from when puck was first dropped. Not something you see too much in ACHA play, specifically at least Macho play. Well, folks, we can breathe a sigh of relief finally, folks. It is over. It is over. This game is over. What a wild, wacky, crazy, incredible night from Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk here in Overland Park, Kansas. On behalf of my partner, Jack Maurice, I'm Ryan Cartman, signing off today. We'll see you tomorrow for a 4:15 puck drop here. Same team, same place. Good night, everybody. Jayhawks take this one 10-4. A rock chalk Jayhawk